Competition comes cooperation, and our expectation that all party members will apply themselves to this principle. It cannot be the case that one's support for the party is maintained only when those we support lead. I want to stand on this energy to make a passionate appeal to all members of the great MPP to let go of whatever reservations they have and come together. We need every idea, every voice, and every piece of advice to help us preserve and project a proud tradition bequeathed to us by our forebears. Let it not be said anywhere on any day that the party of B.J. Darochi, Peter Alagete, Odoy Sykes, J. Kufuor, Professor Mike Okwe, C.K. Tedham, J.H. Mensah, Aliu Mahama, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, among other great patriots, could not handle disagreements as natural ways of stating alternative positions. I have the duty to the delegates who stood by me and to the delegates who found worthy ideas in my brothers who contested me. My election today communicates a broad-based appeal across the party, and I need to draw directly on that capital to unite the party as one of the crucial steps to winning power in 2028. I call on all to join in this bounden duty. After all, as the Akans say, prayer say uyi bako ana ebu ukaboma emu.
Will be expected to pass a lot of bills, and as government agenda we have a lot of bills from the Ministry of Transport, and one of them is the renaming of the Kotoka International Airport to its original. We will remember that in the period of the Second World War, around 1946, the British Royal Air Force used that place as an Air Force base to carry people to war and other activities. After that period, somewhere in 56, that facility was handed over to the civilian rule. That was the time Sergeant Nkrumah was at the helm of affairs. He retooled, he revamped, and redeveloped the Air Force base into a civilian passenger airport. And as at that time, the name was Accra International Airport. And that name is of significance to us. We all here have accepted that Accra is our capital city, marketed, rich culture, and also locational identity. That everybody in this world, especially in the West Africa sub-region, knows that where this struggle for independence had a lot.
Yeah, so I'm just for yeah, Mama Akaba. So then you can about Mama no hot issue now. Yeah, the bro, our better TV and better radio, and then I no pay. Osha Obrenwa. About non cron apahon sima edu baako. Na yemfa na ancestral kon emamo any aboafo any adwumayɛfoɔ adwumawura ne ne mpanimfoɔ nyinaa sɛ ɔmo ahyɛ dwumadie sɛ yɛmfa mmerɛ Bethel ne ahwɛfoɔ ne atiefoɔ nyinaa na me kae sɛ ɛnnɛ yɛatena se na yɛhyɛ MPP ɔmo primaries a ɔmo ɛkɔɔyɛ no na ɔtwe pɛpɛɛpɛ ɛne nɛ a yɛbɛtena ha no mo ɛsom mo sompa na ɛnya ade ketewa yɛkɔ various constituencies various regions a na MPP foɔ ɔmo ɛto ɔmo aba no na yɛhyɛ sɛ nnipa no mu a ɔmo ɛcontest ɔmo primaries no hwan ɛna ebetimi edi nkunim na 2028 ɔmo to otimi akwa akohyia sɛ MPP, CPP, PMP, all the political parties can say yo general elections 2028 na enipa num a ɔmo ɛkɔɔyɛ no ɛbaa yɛ dɛkyɛ sɛ Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ɛna na delegates no ɛyi ne sɛ ɔno na ɔsɛ fata sɛ otimi di MPP anim na ɔmo de kɔkɔn 2028 na wohwɛ sɛnea aba no esi ɛkɔɔyɛ na official electoral commission ɔmo declare results a ɛbaayɛ no na wohwɛ owura Kennedy akɔnprɛko Japan na wohwɛ deɛ onya 46,554 ya na egyina hɔ ɛma 23.78%. Brian Echampong onya 36,306 and also 18.53%. And also it me enya home. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia enya 110,643 and also 56.48%. Ya osei aduchum enya 1,199 1%. 1.02%. Kwabna Aje Japan engineer enya 402 na eno 0.21%. That rejected ballots rejected enso enya 561. Ono kra so de che otu engineer Aje Japan na ena ya meka se sise enti abato na yeto no still no enti ehunu se ne si eto aba na because I share my Ghana kra na the general elections yekowie ubehunu ebebo awie na the rejected ballot no ono kra so deterred atoso mienu enti se ye pe party a we MPP ni NDC for more normally ya na ye rejected ballot ono na atoso miensa enti any party to reckon with and I say if you are to go about the course and the course de bia dan na say yempe MPP ni NDC a and then that is a rejected and I didn't ever call general elections. This is a very, very serious development. I was a buy no, that's all mine. You know, it me young Mojuma. Now, NCC for also normally, minim so Mojuma now, Moya, so Moja idea because I was almost so a year Juma ye papa, almost so a word Juma ye. Now, Osha, the regional breakdown, no, it me a call, you know. Now, Osha, the Western region, all the 5 candidates, no. Omo performance omo na Western region Canada ohne Japan 2,926 na Brian Champon 1,996 Mahmoud Bawumia 7,906 ya ose educhum 400 Kwabena Aje Japan 13 na Oba Central region Ken ohne Japan 8,139 Brian Echampong 2,633. Bawumia 6,242. Yao Osei Educhum 128. And Kwabena Aje Japan 24. Greater Accra region. Ken Ohene Japan 11,333. Brian Echampong 4,914. Bawumia 19,820 and now Osei Educhum 183 183 Kwabena Aje Japan 51 voter region Ken Ohene Japan 11,000 300 no onya 1982 ana Brian Champon enya 5234 Baumia enya 4093 ya osai educhum enya 125 ana Kwabena Japan so enya 43 Kwabena Japan afi Eastern region ya share the breakdown performance region no candidates no performance send them see ball more various regions and na you share the national atmosphere na Baumia edi nkunem no ya call the various regions no send them see eto aba no e de ma the candidates no into Eastern region ho and Ken ohene Japan enya 3867 Brian Champon enya 5,918 Baumia enya 10,487 Yao Osei Educhum enya 76 Kwabena Japan enya 22 The Ashanti region Ken Ohene Japan enya 8,603 Brian Champon enya 4,642 Baumia enya 19,700 Ya Osei Educhum enya 883 Kwabena Japan enya 60 The Western North Ken Ohene Japan enya 2,275 Brian Champon enya 1,038 Baumia enya 2,637 Ya Osei Educhum enya 28 Kwabena Japan enya 8 Unya single number single Ahafo region Ohene Japan Kennedy Unya 960 Ena Brian Champon enya 536 Baumia enya 2,544 Ya Osei Educhum enya 51 Kwabena Japan enya 5 Unya single digit inflation no oboma pa bono region enso na yedro Ohene Japan Kennedy unya 1,660 Brian Champon enya 1,291 Baumia enya 4,265 Ya Oduchum Osei Ya Oduchum enya 45 Kwabena Japan enya single digit unya 9 the performance nso edondom Bono East Kwabena Japan enya 828 Brian Champon enya 1,391 Baumia enya 5,049 Osei Ya Oduchum enya 58 ana Kwabena Japan enya 13 Afe Oti region Kennedy Ohene Japan enya 644 Brian Champon enya 1,310 Baumia enya 3,164 ena Ya Oduchum enya 48 Kwabena Japan enya 13 Northern region Canada Japan enya 811 Brian Champon enya 1,594 Baumia enya 9,272 Osei Ya Educhum onso nya 88 ena Kwabena Japan enya 34 afi Savannah yekọ Savannah region no Kwabena Japan mode bo ho ni onya 403 ena Brian Champon so enya 552 ena Baumia enya 2,863 Ya Oduchum enya 32 Kwabena Japan enya 13 Upper East or Upper West okay yenko Upper West region Kwabena Japan enya 583 Brian Champon enya 1,407 Baumia enya 4,304 Oduchum enya 90 and Kwabena Japan enya 34. Up northeast. Kennedy enya 169. Brian Champong northeast. Brian Champong enya 103. Baomia enya 3,227. Aduchum enya 14. Kwabena Japan enya 8. Upper East, Kennedy, enya 1,208. Brian Champong, enya 1,741. Baomenya 4,762. Aduchum, enya 102. Kwabena J. Japan, enya 42. Afi headquarters, MP headquarters, Honso, Kennedy, enya 160. Brian Champong, enya 3. Baomenya 308. Aduchum nya 3 and then Kwabena Japan and so enya 7. And in all no, that's how our performances na all the various regions are more eto abano. And so we compare sin and 2023 and 2028 it the 14 regions are na research no e kan aso for bi no so e kan no. That's how it happened. And sana eti edodo. Baomia enya 14 regions, Brian Champong 1 region, Kwabena Japan enya 1 region. Now, ya wini abana wie no, na se ato abana wie no. What next? Na the acceptance speech Dr. Mahmoud Baomia emeki ye no. Don say Baomia speech no hono ma yentie na yenka ho asem before say bekwa amaso ne the acting national chairman Dan Kwasmit Bute akodi enkomo no. Yentie Baomia ne speech no asema o ka fa unity. After
competition comes cooperation, and our expectation that all party members will apply themselves to this principle. It cannot be the case that one's support for the party is maintained only when those we support lead. I want to stand on this energy to make a passionate appeal to all members of the great MPP to let go of whatever reservations they have and come together. We need every idea, every voice, and every piece of advice to help us preserve and project a proud tradition bequeathed to us by our forebears. Let it not be said anywhere on any day that the party of B.J. Darochi, Peter Alagete, Odoy Sykes, J. Kufuor, Professor Mike Okwe, C.K. Tedham, J.H. Mensah, Aliu Mahama, Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, among other great patriots, could not handle disagreements as natural ways of stating alternative positions. I have the duty to the delegates who stood by me and to the delegates who found worthy ideas in my brothers who contested me. My election today communicates a broad-based appeal across the party, and I need to draw directly on that capital to unite the party as one of the crucial steps to winning power in 2028. I call on all to join in this bounden duty. After all, as the Akans say, prayer say uyi bako ana ebu ukaboma emu.
Such a profound statement
United
from the leader of the party, MPP now, because he say Omakoto Aba, the flag bearer, no, he is the leader of the party. Or say prior uyi bako nebu na ukaboma emu. It's a profound statement. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia would make that night. I was a resonating to all the MPP members. or kind say this phase MPP ma go through pain, ma could be pain. We cry the Senate Sakra 2007. Na annual ding. Papa 2007 by Alan Chamatene. Akufo-Addo the no. It wasn't easy. Na enya de kita kra. Na asema kan no. Well, so the minority MPs no so akoba omia ho. Akwatia no. Na as usual the leader of the minority caucus Mr. Afena Markins so ekasai na yentie asemo a also the two party no any leader no so anim.
Flag bearer of our party, Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, former second lady and wife of our flag bearer, Mrs. Samira Bawumia. Elders of our party here present, members of the campaign team, and my dear colleagues in leadership and members of the mighty minority caucus. Mr. Flag bearer and our leader of this great tradition, this morning, by consensus and without any reservation, we're here to extend to you hearty and fraternal wishes, and also to congratulate you on your election. Our tradition is a tradition of competition, a tradition of ideas. But once that is done, we all rally behind the leader. Be it known to all here present that the caucus has decided that not one will be left out. We are going to align everything we are doing in Parliament with your vision so that 2028 becomes a win for the party. This morning, one issue that I reminded my colleagues on was that much as members of the fraternity, various ideas may be held. If we don't push your agenda, nobody's agenda can go through. So it is very clear on our minds that we need to push this agenda. Finally, Mr. Vice President, flag bearer, and our president-to-be, we've also undertaken to regularly engage your high office in every single thing we do for direction. Because you may recall that last year, there was no direction. So we're doing our own thing, trying to hold on to straws to survive. But with you now as the anchorman, we can look up to you for vision and direction. As a leader of the caucus, let me also personally pledge to you my unsoiled loyalty to the cause of the party and your vision. So, Mr. President, we will not waste much of your time. We are congratulating you. And colleagues, I want to say this in the presence of the flag bearer. Each one of us here, 87 of us, in 2017, we were 169, and it reduced to 137 plus 1. And we are now 87. Our duty is to lift up the numbers come 2028. We can only achieve that through collective spirit. And individualism can only spell our doom. So I want to say this, that let us be committed to that cause ourselves in that chamber. Let's limit the whispers on the corridors and look at the party. If the flag bearer as an individual is expected to do it all, there will be no success. We will go to our various constituencies and we must win for him. And if we win, it will depend on how we act together. So from today, let us resolve that though this is a party of peers, for the time being, you have given the 5 of us the opportunity to lead you. Have confidence and trust in our leadership. And let's work together so that together this party would be the winner. NDC is not an alternative. And we should know that here and now. I rest my case.
One. I rest my case. That's the leader of the minority caucus in Parliament, Mr. Afegan Markins. Now, what it can rap? Already the delegates, the caucus, to the residents of the newly elected flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party. Now, this is what they are talking about. This is unity. I don't know say. Unity and the victory 2028. And they are saying that it's assured. So, a better assured saying assured, meaning the members of the NPP, the elephant fraternity, meaning Macedonia, mean so it's an American, but we say and Penforce prior we back one and a boo. It's okay, Bomua, Emu. And as I would say, the African Americans are the same thing. Now, the members of the NPP, most and young band, I must more to say, say, Obi BBMT. That's a payback time. What you back on any payback, but I can just say better multimedia, better TV, radio, all social media platforms. Yes, streaming live, loud and unlimited. We can join here. Facebook, better multimedia. Join the conversation, discussion. Now, any agitabia, fatuho. Now, it's me can YouTube, so better multimedia. X at Stacy Bethel, and also. Now, TikTok on at better.multimedia studio 1 and also your home. WhatsApp line is 0754 834 2670. Oh, I can message the answer. Fatu now, I can before sending time back. The director of communications of MPP UK, any Kwaku Bimpe, you don't know any Komo Nafero, lesson Okobi. Na ya kwe nkofa adefo kwa anopa yi memwache makwa baba better so
good morning.
Good morning. Nyamiadum ya hu ye. Nyamiadum.
May na meet you before we press you know, and I'm quite happy to hear some of the clips I was played before. But thank you for inviting me for the show. You know, make that people you know. Pay you for a file down after 4 hours and I'll be can count. Any words me about Mr. Empire more. Any accomplishment tired. It's not always easy when you go to Ghana for some of these elections. But the Richard they would be Aquaba as we do. It's a better be asset to be or didn't Empire, but not one didn't see that tired to be an Israel. You know, only be our own back to home.
Yeah, that's it. Better TV and radio. Yeah, near her for near TV4 so that was say to Safro now. Most one you have more. But then quick one. Over can say your takeaways of MPP more primaries now more call you know. If I give you 1-2 minutes or count takeaways anything.
Yeah, primaries with you. If I really do honor, I was quite impressed with all the preparations before the election day. And I was quite impressed with some of the arrangements on my end. In fact, made that presidential election for the team as a far as we met the party for Ghana Swasi. So, we could do say for Twaba on the Saturday, there was not even a single incident that would be reported. Manchester will be joint to be a 2 matter will be over here. Accra was quiet. I can't put the other 2 places I went to were quiet. The after Tonaba, and everybody was happy with the result. Hey, that's rough. I got 2 about an external branch for yɛkɔto aba no ɛwɔ headquarters hɔ nti mimi duru hɔ bɛyɛ 12 na ebi akoto agya me baa there was a queue a line tententen obi adi line dii wobaa na wakɔjoin ne line na duru so a na yɛ verify wo nfa wodi line no mu a there were people who were working for different aspirants they will ask your name no country so they can tick you off. I think they wanted to match up the numbers so at the end of the day numbers back from the declaration will match up with each of the presidential candidates numbers are normal taken for people in the queue so that NKS said nipa ne broso and I say I'm falling short. But what are they? In the ones who were in the queue, there were people who were taking our names and countries. And in fact, some of us UK delegates even challenged some of those guys. And I debate the crowd check here and list so. But in the end, they were able to provide the IDs and we were able to take off. So eventually, the line we got to attend, I think after about an hour and a half of queuing, not queue no wakakra, and there was only one checkpoint at the entrance of the headquarters, and a slow kakra. But eventually, we got there. And to the compound of the headquarters, we went through to cast our votes, and then we left. In fact, the two about the I could try baby kakra, I could do the commodity trend, the outcome. And so, in my experience, but I say, until you got to about the headquarters there, everything was peaceful, it was calm, it was fair, it was a show of strength of democratic principles for the MPP party. In fact, but the MPP need be asked, we about headquarters that day, they comported themselves very well. Everybody knew what they had to do. And of course, you wouldn't expect when you be back on the queue, when you found in father's womb, elderly cacao womb, but maybe I also come out, maybe I also come about two normal job, two about ended almost at this almost kind. It was witnessed by all the representatives for the various presidential aspirants. It was free and fair, as far as I can say. And I'm quite happy. I think it's perhaps the most freest and fairest elections I have in a long time. Because we have super delegates here for last 2 years and some delegate elections, some this time around, I didn't hear anything. The diaspora only be the Hamakakra because of the fact that I'm a proxy. And my extra cost to go. But people were happy to go and pay, afford a ticket, find money, go and vote because they felt a more duty as a member of the new party and also a more duty to support a more preferred presidential candidate. See, a free headquarters are and I followed the whole elections, Baby, I'll be following you now. Any radio I'm attending, there was not even a single incident. You reporting it.
Okay. So,
feedback,
it's okay now.
Yes, a couple.
So, mami miss out. Moye diaka asunja sem na moka ho asem during the campaigning time and some say na mbesia aye no god ba me aka nkaboma asem minority leader aka nkaboma asem. So how do you go from here?
That's it. So if you have you have the candidates, you have some supporters who feel strongly aligned to each candidate. You have some supporters who feel for some reasons they are voters, but they take a slight step back. You have some supporters who get involved, but not as deep and as much as some of the other presidential candidates. I had maybe no reasons to be able to fight the unity or create the unity. And I say, after elections, I have who here say, you're in advance. It is a many man could do the other side. A unity is simpler because you're talking about we are making the partner friend and letting come. Se me kodi nipa na temo a ye to ba ni wi a nipa ni bebre be den so be friend ne o makabo. It is some people had valid reasons to make the decisions and the behaviors are omo issue. Ni nyina ye obi a odi animu kokko ntokwa gidigidi wa ya de obi a oto abagina chire wa ya de obi a wan to abagina chire wa ya de obi a okwo ba bi ono nso ko boa wan kasa baspasa obi a ya de there's a process and a process a wohwa is a face a ba na twam aba e go to e wa ni tua presidential candidates were the team you can have there were many teams e bi di bi achi e bi can send me sometimes I am moving from the communication point of view, high because in the opposition, some idiot. But in your talk about we are, you talk about we a headquarters. Each of the candidates exercise. There was not a single candidate or Kasaya one can say, Yankambo, Yanji resources into me and Queenie. Not a single person. Obia Kasaya, can say, the followers, should be moderate, Yanjin too, na Yanguyanim. Yura Dr. Baumia, on Ubo Dinkunimpo, of a kind of celebration, so cry, Yan moderate. And I would be kind of prior back when Juma, a woman to be a Juma. And he even went further to say that he will be reaching out to people individually to try and bridge the gap in the cause of unity. And I think he set the tone and I don't know for what the unity should be like, having won the leadership contest. Say, or reaching out to each of the presidential candidates, or reaching out to each of the supporters, or as many supporters as possible, or reaching out to and asking the supporters to be moderate in their celebrations. And I think it's a gesture of, it's a fantastic gesture coming from the leader of the party. So no, I was thrown. When to me and set it tone now, we have an issue because supporters may take it the wrong way and go ahead and start celebrating and do things that they shouldn't do. Now, don't forget, say, the real enemy is the NDC in 2028, not ourselves. But what is it? It's in Cabono, the what you can't casa, you're a your mark in a casa. The tea is twitching catra. Party in Penifua casa, members of parliament a casa, external branches in Penifoni Biakasa. External branches, members,
Flag bearer of our party, Dr. Mahamadou Baumia, former second lady and wife of our flag bearer, Mrs. Samira Baumia. Elders of our party here present, members of the campaign team, and my dear colleagues in leadership and members of the mighty minority caucus. Mr. Flag bearer and our leader of this great tradition, this morning, by consensus and without any reservation, we're here to extend to you hearty and fraternal wishes, and also to congratulate you on your election. Our tradition is a tradition of competition, a tradition of ideas. But once that is done, we all rally behind the leader. Be it known to all here present that the caucus has decided that not one will be left out. We are going to align everything we are doing in Parliament with your vision so that 2028 becomes a win for the party. This morning, one issue that I reminded my colleagues on was that much as members of the fraternity, various ideas may be held. If we don't push your agenda, nobody's agenda can go through. Flag bearer of our party, Dr. Mahamadou Baumia, former second lady.
In the history of the Fourth Republic, contest 2000.
Will be expected to pass a lot of bills, and as government agenda, we have a lot of bills.
akọ aban 4 times. Year Akufo and year Akufo-Addo. It is possible. Say, we need in 2028 as a for the maximum 8 terms. It is meme abamu mu. MP na wutie me. Meme abamu mu. Nipa ni bi abamu mu kakra. Meme abamu mu. Say antoma candidate. All is not lost. Yeah, who be paying in the past. And history tells us every time we're able to come together, unite to fight the NDC and win the elections to run the country again. It's meme abamu mu in Kranche and I'm my dear.
So talking about Sir Enema and the winning election 2028 with Baumia MPP. Sir NDC Omo Eguso Omo Eye Juma. Now, what exactly message are you gonna craft? Because some are now more common elections no near Busamo. The MPP NDC for ye NPP for na mom home dina mombra mumeka counter. Muso after the primaries the baby bounce back. Now if you be holding NDC for accountable. This is a panel. What exactly are you going to do to hold the government accountable? Say, I'm a Ghana for who say, we at least, in fact, the alternative opposition party.
Yeah, but I say, Ghana for the opening power NPP is a very, very credible party. The kind, there is still a process. Everybody crossed to July and August. And Sunday, you company for you. As I say, everybody talk about police station for pay for electoral area and pay for constituency pay for regional and pay for national and pay for the external branch and pay for. So our process will go on all the way till about July, August. I'm sure it's about end of July the process would have ended. In the presidential candidate election, the first part of that process. Okay. There are other processes that are concerned. And by July, August, we are not able to make us okay. They say, "Who pay you for? You don't call 2028. Omuni, pay you for a kuma, a two because omit my juma, omi experience, omi dedicated, omo ideas, omo committed, omi selfless. I hear you, my dear, omo call 2028. Omuni." Now, I am very confident that the party will choose the right leaders for the future. I have every hope because they have done it over and over and over again. There's something about the MPP party when it comes to electing their leaders. They look out for people who can do the job and they will elect them. And I have the experience myself, having been through elections in the UK, having witnessed elections in Ghana. I can confidently say, sir, the party will choose the right leaders for the future. But if you are many communication before.
Doctor, quick one, I said that Mikhail Chairman said now also meeting being near the Adibintino.
Yes.
I think also been coming joining Nanka. We are maybe.
I partuso. We are no as a friend.
Me that's a palm. I'm for your the MPP Communication Director UK Kwaku Bimpe, and I know Eddie and Commodona Senior Bomaniano. The acting national chairman, Chairman Buti, the acting national chairman of MPP, Chairman Buti, Smith Dankwa, and Edano Pay, Jamia Dom, Better TV and Radio, UK, a Montenso, Yadino Ebo and Como. Chairman, Odaroma, Yamoachi at the Better TV and Radio, UK Montenso, and Anopay.
Yeah.
Chairman, I'll be able to call you.
I mean, I don't want to want to be chair with you for you now.
A tear for her for a das. Now, what do you mean? Can't say Moamoba Modesia a mercy Dombo. Say what Dombo, do you know what's here a reggae bell in your ears?
Why not? Yes.
That's right.
A reggae bell.
Good. Or no, and then who can Richard Ajari, or also offensive this year. And now, mobile station, TV, radio, UK have say, or more fans this year, Ghana for, MP4. And Bibi Abekachi or Montana, ya buy and come on Angasaso.
And they can don't want to say so much to me at Ghana anymore, UK. to open such a radio station in UK is not easy. I don't want to be from where we are. Yamina Medana Samomo. Now I'm keep the fire burning.
Right. I'm going to keep the fire burning. Chairman Dan Kwasmith Bute, Tafren Chairman Bute, Obodi Sanana Obia anymore. No, you're acting national chairman. And I need a bon come and I know pay or better TV and radio. So maybe I could be out of Johnny a conversation. Johnny, as in Bisa be episode beside the 2 hours, maybe sound so at the mom. Chairman, before you because no, and then our chair 9 people for Mokoto Aba, Muji, Mokandini, yeah, and Dr. Mamudu Bamia, and as you say, no, or Dimonim Aquacon 2028. Moko, yeah, Tama Eba, and some because that campaign was a pa. I remember very well, say, we issue statement, said, no party officer being who house or Johnny campaign, so he didn't cry, then also go for Bucrano, and some cancel for Bucrano, so issue statement, said, the quite best year, no yenta quaketua. But a barrier, no yant Kukume, Jamie Bia. Oh, born tofa. What can I say?
Oh, election committee na meti no adwuma mo ye na eboy papa. And me support to one or two beer. Na man for officer was so we say na catch up so more ni omo dia ba bia no na ye. Enti me dem support to obo. Enti ne ekoba bills ni say na go person mo de party security for kum na say no. Election committee for na for police for kwa. Omo for bia free party no ko yes one na ye party your friend say security bia. Enti almost so tiase ama e de bibia se police ni election electoral commission sa e de bibia ko so smuta boni bia ma bia bia wanti go bia de me bo ma ba so ma ye dwuma so no.
Now quick one, so the party faithful and then I will catch it because say and you almost so asutie ni okan ye and almost tie wo and the party mpanimfo a enka senior ne Ghana fo nyina wiase nyina bo ma ba so no enka sa boso we nkamunya
nti madika da o masi dada say party for tie masem na o ma basa ye bia ma because yeah better no me already so many times ka catch say here sabasa yen because your party anti and free basa yen intimacy we are say on kana come to yam at the end of the day elections to be free and fair. Yeah, me ani musu ni bibia kama what you must empty and as here I'm the almost say to comport himself ma at the end year come.
Right. Now, moving forward, more to be 4 aspirants no consider defeats. Dr. Mabudu Bawumia is the leader of the party. The demonym
I'm correct to
Okay.
Or the leader of the party no the chairman of the party no leader or a flag bearer of the party.
Okay.
On your leader of the party.
Okay. So okay, so more opposition, no. All right. Thank you so much.
Any opposition, yeah, party no. Yeah, they need different from NDC.
Okay.
NDC now be winning. We be winning. Yeah, we flag bearer. We the leader of the party. I hear the end of the year. While we winning, we are flag bearer of the party. We are leader of the party.
Wonderful. Chairman, that means for this quick correction. Right. So moving forward, now the flag bearer, the minority leader, the party leader as a chairman, so all council Jassem, Munam as I can't on anything because during the campaign and some cause of power. Yeah,
no, just anything near 2 abandoned terminal, send it by ya will be more air no ya no be fedi. What I say? I shall say the ya no be wa no ne fedi and your papa ye be and then your papa ye be a bank of pia one being free so and now mom support to be a don't say no Japan, no vote, no can no vote, no one no vote in Nano. Nina be trap. Now quiet no MPP, no vote.
Okay, a no can bear so.
Say you go so a process we have a gradual, it's the end and kakaka. A step by step. Since I told we only number tum. And then I was say as a party, I was say peace walk. A peace walk we are and I be visiting to the 4 aspirants on your name Frank Bear number visiting. If we are peace walk area all the constituencies na was say we say intawanta we wum bia no ya ba se bibia pepepe e be do time e be to ban de na kroye no de dia.
Wonderful. Abdafo yene chairman Danko Smith Bute, one no acting national chairman edema MPP. Na you know edin komo efa na oche send no abato am koto ye no a omo yi kandini a obedi partner di mu na om da kwakon 2028 no e wo Better TV and Radio UK hana mu na ye no ebo enkomo yi. Now chairman ye peace walk any peace visiting no aduni nyina no. What is left is other elections. So 2026 MPP mo wie the primaries no presidential primaries no awie. Mo afenda mbasa ko a form akoto constituencies and I say mbasa so ashase from the national executives no na asanso aba form ana I don't know inside the saying
that nyina na to police station ni abeto constituency to police station ni to electoral recordators ni abeto constituency ni to region ni abeto national enti ya to awie afri na ya committee na ya ko put them in place say some people be dia meet to me say your committee na.
Oh, okay. So but as stands now, there, we call back to the normal one now.
Yes, as it stands now, the normal one now. The national council meeting, the council say, "Yeah, on person Sunday there, and they meet to check because me say we need meet to here."
Okay.
It is that now yes, they are custom.
Very well. That's a parent who said one my clarification. Because that man for being NTS here was said. Send a maya no be asana ebi sane free sro asanso aba form
that be was no form na dey enjuma it will never work.
It's never work. Good.
Yeah, it will never work.
Good.
Say ya we get to national. Never now over to national so on mandate atwam. I police station for mandate be twam this month ending. And now atwam. Over time no aso there was a to yi for. And I think April ending, so now constituency for some mandate atwam. So, May ending June, so now region for the atwam. Yeah, I cried by 22nd of July atwam as national officers.
July
22nd. Now the atwam.
Oh, okay.
And there was a share now be our timelines and on I did go out can move here until by next week the one thing moving timelines and there you better to offer.
Good. Yeah. After the next meeting, you know, they say better to from now. You know more than come near Jinaya must see elections in So back to the basics. I mean, Nina so election 2028 so. Say ahofama any sanya hokeka MP before mo bebe no na bebe Ghana for agima tum say there we are the alternative opposition party or say Ghana for the more eba. So moving forward, how would the road look like? I bet you say MP for more na more the opposition the alternative opposition party as Ghana for Mendes in 2028.
Oh sir, I see am Ghana for no who try go for be try you. See how can we be after dollar perform? And so Ghana how to see dollar perform so no. Aduane no apart from ammonia wa, nya ka nyina bo koso. What do I say? World market crude oil call from here and those matete and you must hey. Omati petrol so omati petrol so omo no mama ye. But cocoa bo call from the omo say nyom na ye. In the what is it? What is that? Say crude oil call from woman on it na mo na ma ye na and ya te petrol so ha dia. Ada na yete cocoa so dia mo nkasa mo na ma yete cocoa so. I'm not making sense. What I say? You say your friend say, we say, say, Nanado and sign a fire and see her. Omaba, I don't know, Omaba 1 year in the chini. I don't know, one sign. Now, if you almost say, Omapa and Grandma Nanado. According to President, was that the Roman Manado? Meanwhile, what President Goya Kujina was there, they got to Nanado and Nanado's one sign. Indeed, Nanado approves it to Ghana. Right? Omobai 1 year, 1 month. 1 year, 1 month. And then why? After the we are from the question curriculum mu ama schools ni say in schools ni na theater as ya e kwa kasa Ghana ha o ma say a suspend ade no oh the no be o ma kasa twitwa tra bebre theater no na do mbeko fie ye bibia obi na do mbeko fie o ma no kasa na do mbeko fie because o mse kuko no na do to the 9,000 na do abrobo 3,000 into o ma ko pe mo 6,000 o mo ba for ye ni kuko no ya tum say from 3,000 to 4,000 just 1,000 per one to so and as is the obody abaso person so ya to kuko e court me 5 months into omuka e kwa fonu suya nesu in what is it in the young e ka bibi as dollar equal form na no ma ko form a e nyina na enjoy e ka say NDC wo koto ade wa NDC price na MPP price ni and petrol no so ko form a well but se petrol start say issue this year o ma ka say nyom na yo na mo world market na ade abasa what they say but since I come from the open ayo na statistics ko so because world market na ko so na say what they get na obo na send America no asom no baba
but
because fuel price any stable
okay
e ko facility e ko so na ba for what they say since our world market for fuel no aba from kra aba from
enya aban no effort na amafu no ko
Dabi.
But this is situation na Ghana for ehun say MPP for mount a strong case against and maybe aban no kire say aban no na da bi na odi dada Ghana.
Oh, in fact, to be frank, me commend me MPs no, our more parliament no, because they are doing good job. Omo ye adwuma sono wo ho pa we de omo mana ba bonten ma obi ehu say na ban ne ye na ban no onye hwe what does it omo ba ye ya omo ba ye na omo ba ye na go to reserve ye wono near what 13 30 I think 30 tons. And I'm out of the 7 of the campaign 37.
Yeah, 37.
I feel you come back of Ghana with 37 tons now. Go to 7. I feel about 18 tons. Just almost 19 tons. Almost 7 no class. No class of the account 1 month of account. Nobody knows.
Okay.
Say 18 30 tons. That's about 18 tons. There's a 12 tons of bread free. As a free, so I come over there 7. No matter me, is on the 7 be by. Yes, on the car, I'm Ghana for what is on my the 7 of the car. Okay. Many,
but this
and 30 tons now on the move 12 tons of coke. Meanwhile, almost I have pledges because of dollar no send a buy a cost into the Sikako pledge. You know, I'm a stable 11 billion. Yes, I get to out. What did I remember? Yes. And as I say, this is the say, Samu Bano, Neka Hoy say, Opa, young fast a Sikana, a Canano Siabono, your fantastic carrot rate, was a carom kind above from cry. Because a rate I don't know any time say, what I say, it is a dollar number from no. What the times it's got on Kayana, a Canano say about one above from crab above them. And almost the Obama dear year. It is, yeah, yeah,
but
I was a chairman for no this is what is going on.
Very well. But I get worried where Ghana for no to say Kasa buy or buy or born home into money, but now as acting national chairman of MPP also Kasa the buying a new so I can't say we're gonna for so edge and this abana to Joma myself or born home pa.
Oh dear, say me what tips you are or man kasa small for cool drums on Kobuzusa. Sir, if you wouldn't mind, I'm sending the Biama no about a chairman for Motis, a Ghana for say I will be. Uncle Joe Hamo, because we dear woman named part now, no. So I have MPP Israel and this woman Omqua, Nom Kubusa. Say near a dear near Coswo, Ghana. Nina may will be with me phone, so make me send the Biama. I never am quiet, a Obama smoke for them quiet.
Oh, okay.
Ordinary Ghanaian behind what catch us say no tono. Since I no say. Because some by unemployment I can't all the big boy chiano. But some my employee part of saying. The sector by no more employable. On 24 economy now when they buy no. And there you know factory send on wow on this 24 economy is on the and even if you have the factory, now I demand in the production over there often papers or may produce more. Now produce good as a factory be a way there was expiring date. Indeed, if the demand is not there, how can you produce? Say what the young the Ghana or factories be bring. Next demand now a war bridge and I say what Ghana and I'm not demand there. Over there, I go for nipa over run a shift. Mama say product there say our marketer and a supply no. I also supply more and I'm what?
Yeah.
It is a marketer and you're told them PR. Now so confirm number 24 hours and send raw materials and have send no. We na say nipa ntwa demand ne nya over there yozika. There's a kind of mobile Ghana and I say kind of say my factory I don't get it. But let's see, time will tell.
Let's see, time will tell. So when you na a cabo matchaman, a mammo MPP for Hotos 2024, 2028 is a done deal for the MPP now.
Oh, yeah, I can say it down the yeah, but one thing. Now, Ghana for who mobile, no to buy so be ya power no. Because what would him say, yeah, bar, a go for more chance to win mobile. Because I'm buy me, who might be a difference be out. Sikana or nan on BD, I won't have Sika Jaho $8 billion I did job on me, Nim, Cyrus up me, say, Omo, and no crowd, just a Sakubusa. None of our friend in between candles was said, I want the whole to Omo Boom in Ama to a deal. Because you know, can say, oh, almost the Adago, but that way, almost some first city ministers. Who caught first houses, yeah, Minister of State in Guadon, more than some come far, even a friend say 120 and 130 ministers. Because Tamanak, a Nanado Hono, now whole budget I demand Jubilee House here. 344 million Ghana cedis. See, I want almost 2.7 billion Ghana cedis. Now, do the strike difference, no? Never. Sika, Eshigukwa.
Wow.
344 no crowd, no TV that, and a second and scar, and he says, Obama budget, no, people ready. 2.7 billion Ghana cedis in a Jubilee House. Yeah.
Office of President.
Office of the President. Yes. In the independent or no, no, say those on a mobile matters and Mateswa. And then Sika expenses the order if we 3,442 2.7 billion.
As I said, my papa saying. In the do Revra, yes, activity.
And your papa, Omoya, and the day. And my papa, Omoya, they been a day. Almost by 4 years, the idea part one, just let me know. So, on our hands on our UK, let me know.
Good board.
Say, be our Maya, the papa, be our hands on our
good board establishment.
Gold board. Gold board, I can't. Now, gold board, any one of that. Now, you know, your time, now your gold board. There are another name being there. That's what I'm about to change in the gold board. Then let me tell you, when someone in the car over there, on gold board, $240 million was the Ghana cedis, and now all kinds of ideas.
I say, I know the CCA say almost safety blame. Now, quite blame game between the gold board and the Bank of Ghana.
Look at this. And then now, Bank of Ghana, the way they who got this Ghana money cut off. And now, one was a no man among the Abano. Omo value normal tiska mo dia amamu free mo e ka abadi e dia no dia go blame this say
good boss say Bank of Ghana ntimi mfasa ka no emfa me to omo because I know dia enye omo
na ada omo ye omo no na chedi ya na ale di no do me fa me to so o do me fa o kwaji ska so de kota dia na o value dia o dia ba na yi na ska say na ka o do me fa na go fa ko to wan so me da ha makoto gold.
na chairman I sign him away now okay now kase Ghana for them say MPP for the back power on with me on my ye but Ghana for us to about yamu edientia
near tier say edu baby I had not a hand time so be mudo
ah
I had a why you go for he bebre du baby afei omo amodo omo boy any about power no kwala na to abado of from hono o kom ho kra enye se be wo ba wa nyes kendi no ba o ba wo so be ka bibi ka che na bia de na oba sel kra oni so wonya but so to bu as na ka che na oba hu na how to go about it but hand time na na too much
a hand time
oh o community bi wa betra hwa na woni na appointment why is it what wa bi wa be 3 hours kra na unhu ni bakro me wa bakro so dem all doing nothing what I say eno bi hadwin
tama ka
eno bi hadwin na ya wore ya to ma film mata wa
tama ka many feel because asem show bonus one can dey bia no ma problem to the
oh that me gary me say bebre no omo mu ade omo hanta no dwai wo so ndi na ma ba sa tigana fo ya bufo enya se bia ya anya ade ba ya bufo na ma omo tuti aye
Observe yani the acting national chairman of MPP chairman Dan Kwasmith Bute and I know AD and Komo our Better TV and radio so with me follow our Better Multimedia all social media platforms in ya ho na nyumre anopay o comment bia no awo bia no fato da men kai question bia no mebusa no so e dey ma now chairman sa ahantan na bufo yi ya ese nkofo ebu amom to abeti amu ya members ministers so mdaso wo mu campaign mdaso di mu eti sa omom ye eni ma ho sam kire
party they have learned their lessons in the if say eni oma betu asa koyi na bibia so nche say ye ba ye sa obo sa kwese sa da for na ba enti bibia woni mre what I say say tema akubu anu ba na old ministers in PD so masa ba on board but anya adwuma sa da wezu the anything so old ministers be breed akubu anu achi so e ba say ye mapos no o man san ma bi what I say it was the same thing between happen
we are sure say it may happen sir because say almost do a di campaign move from the
I don't found
okay
I don't found for time I'm going to buy a president a good for the time buy don't was say na sanya post ni bi catch me don't was say
no
yeah omo nya post for time no o man say ma a good for the time and I know for sure say I know for sure say this time so we are for ba and you be aware nya bi de benya bi and you be anya botre apart from that any constituency for any floating voters in e kasa amoma who difference between NDC and MPP and I don't know say yeah no me ya menim say they will vote for us and come back
2024 elections MPP core members 2 million and 2.1 and amount to about MPP in fact so over almost 2 million new entrants to crowd become crowd there raise some crowd there the bobo so when core members of MPP and I'm voting against the MPP as a party in the coming back or staying in power in 2024
you see MPP or what now say you to abado na you buium no more to abado na but it look as if say maybe o no more problem MPC na mo de buy no enti no maybe akwato abano kra and maybe so they the medical kind no we are not be free minister be no call office or hwede nim kra the about say me MPP ni me got to mendizi me got to kra metam fee so what did I make
party as a party man
I don't know so this time around as a party set inside chair I had to be on your way but this time around no we are going to do something about it
chairman I mean say we open up because say you share more research amoye ye ne say na wo bia wo no ni de watse no say do kan nyina no very important mbo hwede ma ye ho adwuma na 2028 so enema so etimi akọ yie na
Yeah.
o brand nti me ma won che but na chama o sa ko bio.
The Pacho Derby.
Wow. Chama Bute contest bio. Chama Bute me nim say no credit because I think that you were the first person after the loss no. Oba Bantebeka said all the executives know some kamu numbers am come fail. And so is that the principle that you stand on? Did I also contest bio
Yes. Me contest you. Aye.
Because you failed the party woefully. Wow. Is that the time when you're Ghana ni?
Me Ghana ni ba.
Ghana ni entire yes sad.
Ghana ni na Madrid is different.
Oh. Adwene broni adwen tuntum kala ni bibini kala ba adwene broni adwen on. What principle?
You see, the tell say so person oboa woman, you person oboa party a. Yes, na ma wunya position ansa na oboa woman na waboa na oboa party na waboa party. So oboa chairman na ntumi nko power there, na chairman wo ya dey. So oboa organizer na ntumi nye organizing the game nko power there, oboa organizer na ya dey. I was say maybe I will be no ade abetumi ayaboa Ghana no oye. Maybe I will be an idea between a year about party or ye. It is necessary to say was over a chairman and son want to be a party. In the member of Tranchaya, can be a person who party piano, Meboa. 7-year chairman, you 7-year chairman, can be a first one, Meboa. In the other strategy, I be used on working. There was many different people, Zana Mamma you. Nobody with new ideas and strategies. Sebabi na chia ni betumi atse omo. Ni amega wo tiase. Because me experience no my year constituency chairman, my year regional chairman, my national chairman. Experience no. What does it? Inti yam fan sa.
The chairman Bute e kind of better TV so o UK ha say on contest TV on ke be yakra coordination officers ni anko mo reason because obu na Philip party no.
Oh, national officers say they omo kwa me I don't have any problem with them. Wa be ko do to be ko but me ade me nko bi. What does it?
Her party no.
Oh, me sure. Now say I said me pengu so me was way.
Okay.
Me was a party be move on. You know, me feel say okay. Obi a person contest bi obi a man kwa on contest but me amum dey me contest bi.
Ah, jama enya atiti bi na ukom. Nya go for we do fa atiti mu na. Odi ahwan ahwo.
Oh, damn. Na me te mama ka sam show. Me obi a doing the TV.
Okay.
Me win obi a ho. Enye obi ntina me join party no. Me am de me free will am de join party to obi a doing the TV. And I'm memfa ho say wo pe ba sam na wo pe ma sam. Enye so party de wo ya. Enye so obi opo asam kwa na join. No. And me mama join chere sa. A party near ideas, they put it together. And I don't think say will be impossible. On Poisama, I know you're one answer. On them Poisama, what they wouldn't. They are one answer, one never been on, you know.
I see. So,
yeah.
Before I say Obekono, can be which there, a tita for na, I mean, now.
Oh, Mejita for the me bon pa mo say me mo about training and quantity na on to nye adwumaden from more party no so na by 2028 be to about power mesre obi ase we ntokwasem bi anim so ko di obi achi a ya to abana wie sisi ya waso be di MPP achi MPP na ye eyi nankasa ya dwe ne say ye te party ni about power enti ago kansi e ba ye ndia ye die wie sisi ya the biggest here what's the idea of your question in NDC abo power say the be ya awunu ma boni omu ye nyina na betumi ade aba botin na Ghana fo hu no mo we mobo na yetumi aba power 2028
right
do be ase ekaka UK4 ye do mase pa obo buy pa e do mase
UK4 that's a pa that be na next meeting and body mo ko decide on the next line of actions
Oh, if you're next week, and next week, Saturday, Saturday, next week, be a Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, more, baby. Me sounds which you have me for Dr. Baobia and President Kofuani Nanado. The chair winner.
Tamai, that's a better TV and radio. I'm the people so that Roma. You made it some more headier, Danny down my Bob Prumuswa. No idea, so now you know, man.
Oh, Mefa. Me chair you can phone you now, you can people, you can phone you now, you can practice. Me chair Papa.
Obanson, no about East London, or the heart of London. Now, the studio, now,
okay, East London, don't worry. Maybe I'll call you and say Saturday if you are the best time with you.
I, no, Becassa, Nafi. You heard that we do not why?
Martina, let me shop with them.
Amen. For Yane, the acting national chairman, Chairman Dankwa Smith Bute, and I know Ekodi and Mono. Now, waka enema bebre da baako a ka ho a strike me and say or say or no onko bio because office 2024 about to no omo disappointed Ghana for disappointed MPP for disappointed bibia it was no as a national officer no nya de so be could be but mama san kwa man so na me ne okay na me ne Kwaku Bimpe, as I answer young cop one or so. Kwaku, I come you.
Okay, that's a problem.
I never work on
you. I don't.
What's your understand? What's your mind?
I'm sorry, 1 or 2 intimate to me and chairman message.
Yeah. Back one or can't have some peace worker or more be engaged. All the various constituencies, Senebaya, Bema, peace now, never can have some so it's or party anymore. And now, Baconso can have some neck meeting on Baconafi, must decide the next round of actions, elections. Now, let me say, now, more we flag bearer, no, on better say for national chairmanship plan, or no crowd. In fact, personal view, did or say no, because election, there's a free polling station now, but don't feel to be a national, you know, probably 2 years, but then. BBS society there, they are come from polling station, Ebanasta, and now a bit to me, I got to know. Also, one contestable, because of his party, the principal is a principal because a principal man. So, Becca said, officers, no more disappointed party for no, Dominion resign, but was almost fair deal, but only there, or say Uncle Bill, but on the whole Dimbiano, about party, no. And then, at the end, so my party, no, Elusuya. Titro pa no was a journey a hand time more party for no munya position mo ba ba no position mo ye jam a hand time papa and no in the kutia party no and most of the MPs no so mo pieces no na party for no so empower no mo mbiem kwan fa so the to aba no or do feel say no so ankoye then obekan bi so far the performance of NDC abysmal mutual draw contempo and the home, but then I believe we say 2028 there. And people for me to hear my ding na Ghana for so I don't want now on the party so about power. So in summary, say na Comodiano Esikoye.
I mean, that's a clear. That's a part. I mean, they are doing on him. You need to read it. So you be idea need to be and yet. And party organization and so nobody can start to feel police station or I say home constituency no everybody time we do national no na ginger as a movement no if it's from one na the about so now I come so normally can say na the presidential no but because of this time no someone na ko so ntino and no da na kakra but yeah chairman some okay me ni actually pa I think that somewhere after elections no anybody we agree we're worried about reporter party for Troy I believe there's a Professor Okwe committee the India lose abano the journey a hand there but I think that there were lots of other factors as well in fact parliamentary selection here okay anybody be brave to say, it be ye, but they say, who say, you lose, you know, be an honor, mood, and I say, mundo. But, okay, make us and turn and chairman by. I make us as a call, Ghana, the communication phone, you for the dim of Bocacra. You quiet ever pass what. Ye presidential candidate, you know, how a bit of organize the party moving forward. Now, I know, sir, also, almost share the name of Guaquem. He said, when he communication director, so better to swab as part of the national officers. So, it's the Medican carrying your acquaintance says, it's be national officers, we are bringing for transit, actual, near ma, or Mudibaba. I mean, they are quite but peace walk, though, quite interesting peace walk. And I think that I will urge every Ghanaian there to take part. Sebedu Hona, diaspora for to be Maya, now Omunko peace walk, maybe because Kitwabiansa, the engineer carrying one more and Kabum and key. The engineer carrying one more, we end up risking 2028. We don't want that because we've seen, say, 1 year in the position, nobody wants to be in the position. Can make a bit of chairman comments or make it no.
Okay, so communication is very, very important in any surface of our lives, you know. Now you call MPP for money NDC. Say no, and no say call strategy no anything. And as I said, our kind of person more officers in the area now just MPP ended for most of 2 years now. Now you're not going to have or engage active politics in with the government, and how gonna go?
Okay, communication there. Senior, churo atuka and this is name of my senior, didn't call for TV, radio, so I'm assemble party no dey ebekoso but who say very well organized senior we are started only first because around this time no anybody be doing na kasama presidential candidate way A or B sa na ebekoso with this other elections okay into ma communication deployment, you know, to be honest challenging kakra because who from this on call kasama party na say or say on the chairman echo campaigner won't be forced no but what does it that's why I say before you know there will be deployments also every day Osha UTV GH1 and in many of the other radio stations Metro TV there is still deployment maybe I say that time frame something called Metro TV and part of the two abani we are coming come to department who basically tell who in that time no call. I know say there are still deployments ekoso. But say you need two abemu you coordinated there. Say we be communication director no. Every now on also the two me then the vision abe boom. Some transition phase you come and you're completely empty because there are people who are going to be calling on radio stations every day. Just now, and they were from many wedding kobo. We saw from me for Ghana, many wedding kobo. So I money the Bekoswa. But I think that a fair looking at the elections are kind day, you know. Say, which me assume I three about to see maybe paying for you know communication director and paying for now party when you so manifesto near the other you know ba now boom. Now a communication tool for the party moving forward into 2028. Time no, and then we have time. Maybe I know that there is a lot of documents being prepared. Any man this is for by oh my party no any new one you do so much train. So far with your information, let me go through one or two of Sanya Mano. Enti se yehwe bibi te se galamsey nsɛm say for example yinim sɛ galamsey by NDC mpanyinfoɔ bi circumventing the government efforts to fight galamsey. Ni na tete my maybe Ashanti region. Yɛsi mpanyinfoɔ bi ahyehyɛ nhyɛseɛ ɛna ɔwɔ galamsey num gyama galamsey ntɔkwa no ntumi nkɔ so yie ɛwɔ Ashanti region. Ɛhɔ so na ɛmfa no sɛ galamsey no kɛseɛ na ɛkɔ so. Ɛno yɛ adeɛ baako a ɛda hɔ a mpanyinfoɔ gye ne ho. Adeɛ ɛtɔ so biem ɛyɛ sɛ Obuasi Anglo Gold Ashanti, there were some clashes resulting in the death of some people at Obuasi. And also your name Dahwa MDC, Abayan Chadan Kawshe, Nina publication wo. ECG for Abayan take you over Kaya containers be yera or port ho. You see about 1,300 missing ECG containers. Basically, no, I won't share that. Can one say we? I mean, who they see it for TV. And no, near to over here, I said, gold, cocaine containers be every year. I will pay. So, I can't this bar so on beginning. I'm G2 me, no. Ha, listen there, and also no, because of national security concerns in Tino, that's them no, you tell who transparency be a bear moving why a chain no, and why a prosecuting no. It's also the one, but you for general one. Bafonu, the better to go. At the home come. So, but hence what? You say there were allegations. Say, any more state office, they were linked to arms dealership. Be a fun to quite course who Bokono. So, the Kaya, yet we are on the NBC phone, but it can send me or radio, TV. So, every post on Facebook. These were serious allegations. Yeah, who's a bino to the bush and I'm sure a year, Eddie, you may be our home. After Zoya, high corruption cases, I said media. I'm going to be two media. Now, almost I'm prosecuting for media to try and get the media attention, not following due process. Yang MPP for Bikwana, Sebe, Amunya, Sam Kakano. I said they are more due process and a fair trial because you have two about three and my nipper to America DHA and my seminary basa. Attorney General, A plus, because Attorney General, I involved in some corruption be so Bakaya. It's some seminar in some actual to war. And my permanent, yet Baba Kun to what you have about two of them. Because himself this is for buying. They have ignored a Mabuonu per se and then almost D MP before. Ejuma eye and who pass so ede. And I question as we be but the she per se and omuye. And near my sister to her, and she say, I be a bunch to her. I won't bound pass one. And I would just saw away day. Or would a D country no, and him say, I question, or when I be piano. And the communication was in there, be very confident. In fact, JFK quiet press conference, the last press conference, the General Secretary, and so on. Or the kind. Say, see, Blackberry, there's going to be a communication workshop and the documents and everything will come out to try and support the party in communicating for the future. It means me train. So, some of JFK kind and who you might be about me. Say, and just start here, I met who be. And Marco educate director there, and I'm the man I will be now. I'm fighting.
Right. So, the away from that, a bit now, Yembra UK now. Much of primary survey, flag bearer and my way. Now, we call the other ones, from polling stations now, national. The external branches, most of my molestions, the UK, some by molestions. Now, how do you know arrangement to say as communication director?
I've got so far the information I watch, Biana Mikra. Same, and Rouse and then and Sana. Information be bar out about the timelines. Say constituency for no, and then pulling for no April, baby. Chapters, no, the Roma chapters, no, April, and a March, like May, a year branch elections, Oklahoma. In fact, me who crowd I think crying about because I tell my dick and kind. I think the next Miss answer. No, Mushiano to me. A G2 date now, any processes now, or have to crack them with the brain, Then I mean, because say the we now work secretary be aba. Say external branches kwa emphasize in conducting elections on. Nti ne me nimru ye ne wo so wate a e dey that bontin a ye nyina can be a. But I don't think secretary will be very different from what has happened in the past. In the past, modalities will come, secretary bet your letter back. The elections or the rules are careful. Then a UK MPP UK pay for decide how to run the elections. Who becomes qualified to vote? In the part any ebetuaba. Then will be decided once we have the modalities for the general secretary. But the last election, modalities are by any be dues, then meetings, any levies. Now you're a good standing member. I think said this year, I don't think they're very too far away from some modalities, because we need members to be good standing. We need members to pay their dues. We need members to pay levies. We need members to attend meetings. And these things, I'm sure, will also feature in the modalities that will be sent by the General Secretary to the branch or from the External Affairs Office to the branch in terms of how they run the elections. So now you can hear. So I can say because you need to be modalities in by and when you function that be election in Mukuba, and you hear Kuba campaign no kwani and said that you gidi a chain and if only be kazakaza. All because officially no campaign me.
But so here, Ghana, for instance, people are declaring their intent. So what happens to the criminal for on the multimedia and I said on they have the or multimedia.
Okay, I'll come how number who depending behind the club intent. I have seen some intention letters from some potential aspirants. Oh, okay. And so people are already, they have done it. I don't think so. I think so in the heat of the echoes to be and sometimes I am not and the many people are a bit more allowed to cry, yeah, my name is changing brain. They would declare with intents, I don't think they are say my problem be as because a mere so called you are now supposed to see no any campaign. And I think that should be allowed. But officially, the like the cat I'm buying, Utumin can say officially no, and I'll be a person standing for elections, and I think that about and at the moment, modalities in the banner. I will go for it. So, be an presidential elections here, yes, flipping around the air and can and then maybe I get modalities in the barada. Because my car said last elections, by now, I believe some modalities about that. Because I remember by now, I campaign several months openly in February, openly for some time. But maybe I'm an Imbra and party for has to be patient and understand the process. You don't also want to be doing something against them, the Mrani Tiawa, what I say will be town and will be important. But that's what I say. And I would say, every train, now modality banning be more than 24. My acquire what happens or standing behind and so qualifying quite there. It is see why your campaign.
Nota, Maminja, dear Nadija or Tifo.
But the budget for the dear, and the mechanical echo near Payuakanina. Unity is important. You can have unity or however to obey. We have to think of how we reconcile after the elections. And then also guiding behavior during the campaign. Say, Rebecca Copico, who sent Basbasa when she went to some new we can try to candidate. So, any corporation there, able to me at the entrance line. The selling a candidate, you bet to my skills and then the strengths, and how bit to me build the NPP party because they're important. Say, we don't need to lose our relationships I have built over the years because the Kotwaba, on Toba Mintino, only by Yaka. I think they're not any time near United Party would check more because Obi for Tenohono. Not the Argent for there, but not your time, but not also be quote or year you bet out that. It's a mess, everybody you can put unity important. Yeah, according to your own internal elections, yes, sell your candidates' strengths and weaknesses, and not a chatro atom corporation. Who be paying? Matibi. ɛde ntina mede ma foto no yɛkua mɛda ase paa no makye wo biara
so mɛda ase abusafo yɛne director ɛna ɛkɔdi nkɔmmɔ no director of communications MPP UK owura kwaku bimpɛ na ɛne na ɛkɔbɔ nkɔmmɔ no na sɛ wakasa yi ɔno so akasa papa ne nyinaa no MPP mo ankasa sɛnea mo si ehu mo nneɛma ne mo ntɔkwako a ɛdi mo anim no saa elections no mo nyinaa monhwɛ na monsiesie mo ho yi yɛno so wɔ hɔ before that na yɛde ɛyɛ chairman the acting national chairman chairman Bute akɔdi nkɔmmɔ na sɛnea mesi ɛbɔ ne tɔfa no ɛkyerɛ mo no ɔka ne nyinaa pɛpɛpɛpɛpɛpɛ ɔso de ɔnkɔ bio na ade baako a wɔdi ho yaw kɛseɛ paa ne dwaa ne ahantan a sɛ party ne ba power na ɔhu ne saa asɛm wɔ sɛ yɛka sɛ yɛka a saa dwaa ne ahantan no sɛ yɛka sɛ yɛka a ɛyɛ asɛm o MPP deɛ du baabiara na ɛyɛ ɔma ne ba saa ba dan wobɛn dɛ ɔho ɛna chairman na watena sɛ I think that it is the reporter party no ɔmo kɔyɛyɛ no this ɛyɛ a key paa na ɔsɛ report no ɔmo kana ɔmo anfa mawuram na ɔsɛ ɔmo sɛ ɔsɛ the 2020 report no ɔmo yɛyɛ no implementation and recommendation na committee no officer for committee no ɔmo recommend yɛ no ɛno na ɔmo sɛ ɔmo anyɛ no 2024 no a ɛmaa ne baa saa no dwɛn no ɛnyɛ hantan na ɛna ekum MPP foɔ no bɛnya power chairman kora bɛ sɛ ɔyɛ victim sɛ wotum kɔtena minister bi office yɛsɛ minister ni hɔ ɛso na minister wɔ hɔ bɛtena hɔ saa ohun koraa so onimu mu ɛna chairman ɛka ho asɛm yi ɛha adwen papapapapapapa ɛha adwen because mo about 2.1 million a ɔmo anto aba ma mo no ɔmo nyinaa yɛ MPP foɔ ɛnyɛ floating voters na anto aba ma mo ɛyɛ MPP foɔ na ɛna anto aba na ma mo ɔmo na anto aba na ma mo ɔho because sɛnea nneɛma si kɔ no sɛ nkɔmo to aba no ma mo a ɔmo ne sɛ nka mo kɔtena hɔ a deɛ nka mo bɛsan de abɛyɛ ɔmo no ɔmo akoma bɛte nkɔmɔ akoma bɛte gidigidi eti ɛwɔ sɛ mutumi ɛhwɛ mo ho na mohwɛ mo partyfoɔ yie mo partyfoɔ mohwɛ ɔmo yie because ɛyɛ partyfoɔ no na ɛkɔyɛ campaign no saa partyfoɔ na mokɔ campaign a ɛyɛ 2 sessions baako wɔ days so baako wɔ days ase days so foɔ na esikafoɔ na mo yɛ sɛ abɔ apata si mo so fine koraa san so ɛkɔba mo esi mo so kama na ɔmo te days n'ase no days ne nkyɛn ne mu no ɔmo na awia no ɛtae wɔn so and saa nkɔfo wei ɛna ɔmo ba koraa ebi koraa ɔmo ne sika ɔmo nye di ɔmo mfa kaa ɔmo nam fam ɔmo mpa boa wie to atete wie ɔmo nso na efiri ha ne ha nyinaa campaign baabi a party bɛkɔ biara ɔmo bɛdi akyire ba ɔmo te days so no deɛ gye sɛ ɔmo sɛ campaign wei deɛ national one ɛna yɛn fɛ ho nkɔkɔ kyerɛ nti house to house for now ɔmo kɔ house to house bed to bed room to room kitchen to kitchen baabi to baabi ano saa ɔmo mpa boa no awewe no a ɔmo ntaadeɛ kra no sɛ gye sɛ ɛnyɛ party t-shirt egu so a ɔmo nyɛ tata papa bi anhyɛ no saa nkɔfoɔ no ɛna ɛkɔyɛ saa campaign no but wode kwekwa maame nkɔ ama no so na mene lawyer Ansu Diaboɔ ɛni nkɔmmɔ lawyer Ansu Diaboɔ ɔyɛ legal practitioner na ɔsan so yɛ law lecturer wɔ Central University Ghana Kumasi branch na yɛn no ɛni nkɔmmɔ kakra lawyer mema wo akyen ɛba Bethel so UK mini deɛ kura pie sasa media
yo mejo so na me chia wetiefo nso nyinaa
lawyer tiefo ne ahwefo nso ɛgye wo so na Ghana ne Kumasi ne Central University for bɔkɔ bibi ɛkɔ so
nyankopɔn adom ne mo mpaebɔ bibia yɛ bɔkɔ me wɔ classroom na ɛgya wotumi nti watwe me apie
na adaroma odi de ase pa so na ai baka hyɛ lectures no sɛ ai ɔmo so yɛm me da mase sɛ ɔmo so nya abotra ma me na akɔma me sa akɔnya no
Mate.
Now, lawyer, last week, NMPP for echo elections, echo to about leader, the flag bearer. Nti nipa dum no mkoye no Dr. Mamudu Bawumia na omoto aba e man no. So my member 2 minutes na obon to fa. Say na see who process no so far.
Oh yeah. In fact, almost process na Nyankopon dom bibia koso asumdwem. This is one of the best internal elections meka say omo aye, because up to now aye din komo maintain say obi kura mpo say oko program na se no sebi ne more bi ekwa kokotui, and the way people were expecting say ebia de beba ntokwa besi ni ade no ohwa omutimi organize bibia ma na ye kama ade kakra bi amani anje ho was some of the delegates na delegate timi bana cameras tini so na woka asumesi di nisika aba kwa brand nisika aba we di nisika aba aka we di wanfa ma yento. Those kind of things going forward, ma Ghana democracy no akoye bibia o to say one hwe a yebedu baby no criminals will come and take over ye nema ye nyina, because ebedu baby no say would ni sika would main contest aba ewo Ghana, and that is the only side I mean who say ankoye. And there were some shocking so kakra obi to say Brian a champion. I don't think it's na ono ampuni say a percentage, be a obenya, but ultimate surprise and I believe one person so shene who see ya or dachi or party no. So basically we na meet me who ye.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. Now, was it shocking for you to know, sir, as MPP and largest opposition party ever call elections nationwide? Now, I'm wanting to record a single casualty.
Make us a shocking and yeah, I don't think it's right, but once normally yes and easy enti ye nyina ye mpai bone say nka ensi sa na omo etimi ye ya ensi sa no. In fact omo emiti expectation man ebroso.
Okay.
That is how I would say.
Is it something other political parties will also emulate from them?
Oh yes, I think to that extent Osha and this can be pain. The ones that normally say a two abana oma sa vigilante for no much for no be take center stage when it comes to security na and then this animal ban.
Okay.
But over or mudia I think is they kind of copied from what NDC has been doing the last 2 or 3 internal primaries. Say Obia and Fanny personal security in Koho. They left everything solely in the hands of the security, national security, the police. And police for no omuni majuma uja mo mbeye. And omo ankasa no so comporte omo. Enti yebebo omo ankasa nso abaso. Na yabo security for no so abaso.
Okay. So moving forward, 2028 election year, and a kind of me fan say more flag bearer or more obetumi akyerɛ bibi in the party because say internal wranglings no be bebrebe and they call let's 2028 no obetumi akyerɛ bibi.
Well, eno na make say Ghana ya politics ni ya hwe bedu ba bi na sika asɛe no na wohwɛ nipa na ɔmo conteste yɛ aba na metumi paa deɛ ɔmo ankɔ mbɛtumi akyerɛ biribi na last two na ɔmo reyɛ no
lawyer.
me say to me no ɔmo ankɔ mbɛtumi akyerɛ biribi ɛne last two na ɛreyɛ no because especially obi te sɛ Kwabena Japan a very fine gentleman no or a man of his own on his own or a kind of peace building, that kind of smart guy. And I want to say Niema Basso nam so my MPP position na that time no only party no bio. And with the way Ghana could do Ghana for to aba a day ma a MDC now, you know. It do next election, the question will be say, Assembly pan a wo ba beka. It is a Assembly pan a wo ba. Is a Ghana ni say, and then I say, and I am from my own baby. But what I say. Sisi ude work of $1, almost 17 cedis, and then you can say $10, 11. Na a liter of fuel, you turn it. $1 ne fuel no, ne control near maybe bia. Omo money kakra na no mo wo UK no mo wo Ghana no. Awo money kakra. Former finance minister time. Yes, a kwesibutwe eba be kasa. Kwesibutwe eba be kasa ne ye peti ani petrubu. And ye hu say price ni nyina need. Say uhwe baby ene ade aba be dru na inflation ene me no kasa inflation ya under 3%. Under 4%. So na
after competition comes cooperation. And our expectation.
Base rate, government reduce and our Bank of Ghana reduce to about 14 or 13%. It keeps on coming down. Not previous year, that time, Baumia time, interest rate to me could drew. Interest rate to Okobanga Kwakoji Sika. The interest rate was over 50%. Business ben na ode kwakoye. Na when you profit saying na wakutu ya bank loan na senya ka. Business ben na ye Ghana 50%. So, enti we nyina na we de we anemeko and na we secondary school. The we are nkwala the aduane sem everything is on point. Now we ya kwan say we baby, a national debt ekodruye. See, within 1 year, penu, you reduce to almost more than half. With all this, nasa would they sanko for no bia no more frontliners no bar. How would you campaign over anything? But maybe it's early days yet. Yeah, trying strategy, ABA or mobile normal. Of course. They don't have to always capitalize on the failures to determine what to tell Ghanaians. Ebia na minim strategy or whatever, but maybe yen train kakra. Inti say ukofa Baumia is a problem. So ukofa Kennedy. Kennedy is a very good man, but as a nedra or woman party no, it could do baby say. Okuma party na ma enoma ba be dane bone ama.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Because sankofo a nema ye de bo Kennedy echi nyina ye eyi nkofo no mo di MPP eni a Kennedy tijina ye say sankofo we asofo no no mo kun o de hwe eyi bedu ko bi mu Asofu Najegisimo. These were pastors who were praying and prophesying for NDC at that time. So, share yenwe misbel and then or misbel konya problem. These were the people anomudi NDC at that time. And the petty things are no the honorable seminal tune chanty jina yes bema silences uncle for my brother. There was a time we had say I announce a year expose be about members of parliament. Ushi announce a business I expose in a fahing. Sanimania Kennedy Kelly Sanimani now. It was everybody announce on the neighbor CMPP should be and Kennedy will come after you. And no na kwa yes papa we onye president impo I will be a president. When the rules come in the pakro no be a president I na me ko kana say. Enti ubunze say who started say who place anima we are. Here brand champion cabinet member na state assets. I was a cabinet hono na yepe kwan a yebe faso be revampo sa adieno. Free cabinet won kwa koto state assets and say no betimi revival no yansa be na we call revival na wan kire wo cabinet wa ma yanfa use but what in the mission I say state ye penyansa ni a obetimi cabinet. What's the essence of the cabinet? Problems they work on my no yen ko dwene at cabinet na yen pe solution famra cabinet one way yen solution and famba ye ton factory ne ma wo dia wo nyansa on the be revival na sa papa we ba state ade be na engu state ne ma ni na begu na wato and Ghanaians will use some of these things against you but one because of your delegate system no it cut across and no both NDC and PP delegate system both NDC and PP. When is car chama won ko baby out.
Lawyer.
So
that brings me this question say now what am no money attack the more both NPP and NDC sa delegate system no o support it.
Oh yes, I support but no as to whether the legal basis of it is also another thing. As to the legal basis of it is also another thing. Because when we say what law and no more breach. What law and no more breach. Ain't me who say a party management and there was a more refining way of managing the delegate system. Okay. So for instance, party bit my share and as even national bit my share say ye kotua bana be man delegate TNT yen factor everything in the filing fee na party nankasa enchis kanama delegate no fo bia lorry fenye de emano ana party no en convey omo to the baby aye kotua bana se we aspirant na ye hu so the crayon kra ma obi a one way ne kra na ebeji post na free nsem na yetimi nya mema a omodi omona besi fam ameki sure say sa na ma na ye adwuma a nke mini asa delegate say one man is coming to aba na nke be jai but ye wo ha ayi ye friend is saying Grammy MCE a ye ko confirm no MCE no utieska ema nkofo ema omanto aba na ama no. He kept the people in a conference room. Say Jinisika. Sa case in a special prosecutor office. Acquisition. Over 4 years now. Sa case over 4 years. Yeah, if the matter say let me make na say obi wo sika na obi tua. What is the motivation? Say what is the disincentive? Say money tua. Obi tua na wako. Enti party for nanka party no chairman no be making sure say sa sema making be yedwuma. No na tua na odi ne chairman. Flag bearer no ene asema making e was o making sure say ebe yedwuma no we tua na odi flag bearer. MP no yen fanko parliament na yen hye sa amra no ono na tua na odi di MP no. So in Ghana any problem no, but the nipa papa no mo best solve problem. They don't even get the chance to get to baby a problem no what no matter solve because of sika.
Na lawyer to Ghana be.
Say ni nyina ho nkomo na ye di. Enti ye di nkomo ye eto the way na o man no so no mo tie bi no mo educate watiefo no nya no mutie no mo educate o munua mo mo ha se abrochire no pai broni adwenem na pai bibini adwene na wo yitirim na ya de kuro na ho no emra ye adwuma Ghana ha no na kura ye wo dwanto ahene masa be na de ya yi ni ba di bone no na ye wo bi a wo dwane na wo de pamasa o hene ne mra wani medwane ntoa na ka say wo ntie na ya san threaten wo say you wo de mentie na da asem beto no na behu asem na bi nto kura o mo abechichiri bi ama so but asem to a e wo say mra na ye adwuma ane na asem na to asem na to me dia wo because on fa mra nye adwuma asem na to me a ye fa mra na nye adwuma enti ni nyina ho nkomo na ye di ye bompa ye se nyankopon be ma atiefo no ene Ghana fo no ate enti ze no mo a anyansafo no pa no mo tifie
lawyer o de mesraw minya na de kohwe adesuafo na mesraw a o se
mate
ye schedule na ye di nkomo yi na yenye video call na ye di nkomo na radio hot issue
me da se pa
no Better TV and radio na ye hwe se betia boa na aka pa number no ho na
wadaro mate
lawyer
wadaro mate me da se pie wa
therefore lawyer also diabo and then could di ekwan or private legal practitioner now sounds law lecturer our Central University Ghana Kumasi branch na you know AD and come hot issue so Bethel TV and radio now Pamland say men can't say Edwana papa na wo pedi nkwan dia ene wo nyira kwan eye ne ho na wo so timi ba da wo pekiba papa ba wiawe dia wen sa dinsa ama oni age a eno wo red the friend no you know gare ni adua na kokko da so kokko atutu chete wo che papa bi ni nyina dwane abadi na atafre wonsa ohun bo se tilapia ne banku na menya so se tilapia ne banku de e Ghana tilapia ne bia da bi atalia ayi bia na atalia pamland de no de enye Ghana de bia Ghana na ubeto tilapia ne banku na e tilapia ne banku no na banku no nketo amienu tilapia kakraka na ene ka se tilapia nkwan ka se tilapia nkwan pamland for say de bia de banku ni tilapia no eni na pepepe ube tilapia no so banku so na what me dey di enti de papa obedi atafro nsa de e pamland na me kanfo e de amawo enti se opese oye order na sie ya frɛ wo na omo enje ombeje wo so na bibia akoyie 0204 5686 170 0204 from na order bia pa bia program bia oye bia no ofrɛ omo a omo betimi aba abaye e de amount na so wadwuma die no so akɔ kama pa na won so bo say yes oye adwane papa asebo mpanifo papa ama omo so ani agye better photography and videography studios na American for Eddie Amau, Bethel photography and videography. Na ya ka cho se so twam foni na ni da ho kama. Enti aponto bia wo ye bia no frɛ ba be ya ma ho se bia o ya ware ana se de wo ye bia aponto bia no ye Bethel photography and videography and American for them. E ba be do mo nkomo ba quick one ma me nkwa ho no so na me ne Dr. Daniel Owusu Ansa or a lecturer our history and political science political studies department KNUST na menye no eni enkomo Ghana doc memo ase makwa de ba Bethel radio and TV our UK emonten so
menya miss mema watching na bia se bibia ye
na me adu bibia ye na wonso e
na me adu mboko
ye da me ase doc ene no pay enkomo mi na pese ye di enkomo afa MPP or more primaries no call no the way forward na feel so na ya hwe the renaming of Kotoka International Airport to its original name Accra International Airport but first off let's tackle the MPP or more primaries no MPP I call last week and call 270 something polling stations so the headquarters ne kan ho and to aba. First time MPP for man recorded any single casualty. As soon as I buy and say, Tamamu Baumia and a dim kunim. All the aspirants now are considered defeats. The way forward no, Omunya petty unity. What's I'm saying?
Oh, Minya, I mean, chia what you for na ye mopi and sana. About one baso. Me see about you be any wa me wa na expectations are me one na e be mu no.
Okay.
Ne tiene say about one baso a so we strategies a your campaign nhihye be me ensan ya na omo a ekọ about no mu no etadi so. Normally no obi ekọ about mu a ya na owo delegates announce support to be a omo a lawyer omo no ehia campaign mu nsem a obeka na wato aba ma the moment a ugina ye no na aba no odi ama okra dada
omo ne lawyer afọ no
omo nye nipa nso omo ta kasa pi eno na ya na campaign ha adwen na wan hwe ni ya yes delegates nye no enye delegates no enye on kasa but enye campaign no a wo ye no ene be ma na to aba ko benkum ana ase nifa na ye wo group etoso mienu omo no omo ye nkofo a omo de on sheda ni omo ye stand no ibi anka nipa foforo bi dia anka obetumi aye lawyer supporter dem omo ye stand ne de on sheda ni obi a wo musa enu nti se wo ka wasem yi a ana se ebi a omo bi na ya etoda ye ka se so transportation mood a obetumi ato ama wo no ono no owo ha ewa ha so na ye wo message a de ma nkofo a no target ne se ne ono no onyina ha no betwe na free the other camp no aba wo camp enti wo ye campaign a o message no ba ko ye ne awo no o ka kire omo edi wachi dada na omo de campaign no uyo one year meto ama wo no you don't have to take them for granted o kan nsem a be se o mu nkran na o makoso a na wagina ba bi o mu gina no na wasa kan nsem nso a ne onye na dwen yie o nsi na dwen pi no obetumi aba wo ho na de toso miensa o be kan nsem a empo ne wasi na dwen pi first group no a o ba bi dada no o kan wasem yie pa ebi a obetumi asakra na dwen se mame nko to many pafufuri enti se o he campaign no a eno no wo ho ansa na the last message I de mankofo a omo nka delegates ne ho ne mom se wo influence o ma o take control over the public opinion a o betumi e de nhye bia ma akọ delegates ne so se ne ekeka ko e ene ye nto
abanama we
abontin na ye fa ha nsemsi na omoka eti saa messages no eno ne ade a ye de kọ abatum se o ye candidate ti wo kọ a uduru ba bia se onkofo na di kan akoye o grounds no no ahu a se o kọ constituency a o loyalist ne doors a o kan sama obetumi de maintain wo no na waka kakra nso ama wo ma wo nya nsi wo ma dwene no na fe waka kakra nso akoba biebi a we wo different camp no ebetumi attract no na fe waka kakra nso akyere wiase eno no saa na ya na ye kasa na me hwɛ campaign e course no emu no sɛ wo hwɛ a no na ma edipa bi ayi omo nwanwa sɛ ebi a Dr. Brian Champo nya vote no
okay
the message no ono no onim sɛ afei na wawuram the message was centered around say obenya nkofukuo foforo ama ne ho abɛyɛ akɔnɔ ama omo ti hwɛ ya now the unity ne ade ne dɔɔso pa and less of the attacks ade ba ko ɛwɔ campaign mu ne sɛ obi di nanim jaw na wo message no yɛ attacks p no a otalusu the woman and say political party set is a football club. So obi pene Kotoko, obi pene House of Folk, obi pene Manchester United. Team no nko yie kura no a or that's what happen. A thought that crown went to be in the team for nothing. And so ade a on pe kura ni said the original chain e be the team no atem ne bubefu. Saa na political parties here. Eti wa nye onwoma yi na wo kasemu no ekoye attack. It's like a football fan or your kotokoni. No one in the pakotokoni the team no atem. Ahuni on any besan trying to and that informed some of the decisions that we have had. I wasn't surprised with the outcome because there were MPP here, and it's like that with any political party, especially after 1992. You know who NDC there, but I can tell you, NDC has never been to any competitive election. This is going to be their first time, and we are watching because competitive ones, somebody can't call in at the breakaways by. Ube say NDC there na say Jerry John Rawlings transformed from a military leader and obey a presidential candidate. No, Yantua baby how. All three one no koye Sedru declaration. Emma the vice president yan shada hu abatua hu bia ho. Enum pono ekofa reform party by. Mills free hono and ono so the vice president ebe ono no efiri mu iti now by coincidence and enyoma see na was a vice president to take you over. And nti wo hwe ya eno no so ama election dudu bi ama because vice president ne ba ya na be 3 months the elections no they have to quickly all agree and then they have a candidate for 2012 elections of course there was no competition bi na ehu bi a 2016 and 2020 no so the competition is free year do for about there wasn't any competition. In fact 2020 they no resign before the vote itself. I think a day before or so and no free. So they have never had a competition like the MPP one obitiminya some votes, significant votes. And maybe this will be their first time they will have that kind of competition. Niame patron say and na ho say utimi hu say we never be the party anymore after this because Mills de no na yenim enam say rolling saka Mahama de no na yenim enam de see nti but we de etumi ye obi ade MPP de no was like this na akoye say obi etumi nya especially from even 2007 and the woman say so wokɔ primaries per the records wo ho no no now wo di second now anyɛ onyoma ye na ye utirim koye the next one wo be win a waba sote ebi Yura Alanche Martin. If 2007 no eba no. So hwe na nado after 2008 he never contested Kufo or chairman if you want na oba. But when Alanche Martin kept contesting Nanado in every elections, his votes no so drop every election be an from become. And so per that rule no anase phenomenon party na yehu no betumi agina ho aka se Yura Kennedy wan hwe ne ye na wan toto no nyoma ye a ekobampo se osan ko election bi o the vote no be san so ati. I said it before these elections to some of the radio stations that the near you no elections so internal elections for Ghana ha no se no e bi na ebesi dia e na Kennedy vote no so beti And it happened to Alantre Martin. He kept reducing to a point he had to leave. So what I say.
Okay.
And idea baako so we was to say a tardy ban say a hambo one kasa. It's a mounsemu ya kakra. A mounsemu ya kakra. So unsemu ya kakra so a boama unity ne baso ntem. Because ye nyina ye beka no kra e bra Dr. Baumia Lusu 2024 no. Ekoye nipa bi adwene say walusu de ene we have the opportunity to come back and answer say Dr. Baumia Elusu a ene this candidate will win.
Yeah.
Eba na sa na ma omunsemu ya den kakra wo unity sem no ho. But when you are humbled in an election ma wankasa uditum say adeno ne ekika kone de ene supporters no omo hu future no amutumi say no baby ade na ekika kono e was na yeko baby back because enya de bia ya ye pene ensa be campo da. Enti based on background and media man we I expect say Dr. Baumia ye ne nyoma yie kakra bia enya den so betumi aka edipa no abom because the rare winner of this election circles, I would say, is Brian Champon, who is rising, who is emerging. No, is so ready for the unity. On one casano, is so ready. The Casamuni ni BBM, which I say, Dr. Baumia, who won your campaign.
Yes.
And it gives a no ma akumato yemba, a man a young Dr. Baumia said, the person that Obibetumi aye na dreams say that who lose election no Obetumi aba be replace you no. Himself and his group are a bit flexible. They are not rigid. Omo nye nipa omo kasetia party no omo attack senior yihu no the nansi etwam no omo nye sa. And when it's like that omo nye nkofo a omo ba be kan omo ho abo party ni mu a sebe aniwo bia wo mu. And so they can easily come on board. I think there are few people that say Dr. Baumia and Kasani team would have to find a nice way to incorporate them. The reason is simple. We are there and yet all constituencies and are winning it. So when you are forming your campaign teams, and it shouldn't be just by words, constituency strong. You don't go and put your people there for the campaign. So you use those who are strong, Ushemu na we you man call for bi. Now the uncle for account no my campaign. Eba sa enam say nkofo a omunimu omo say na omuni wafa no we yi omaka campaign team no. Eye den ma ebe den ama omo say sa nkofo no be campaign atia o. So you have to look at the records and see baby awulusu ye no. Na wo form your campaign team a omo ho den wo ho no. Wo de omo so bia be wura o campaign team no mu. No ma unity no emu shedding. Another thing I would want them to do, and it's the party ni nyina so mo hwe ni yi pa. And it's polling station, one more from delegate. Polling station bia no e 5. Na say ye to aba. Na say a particular polling station unya 0 ho. What it means is say one kasa wo delegate ni mpo e wo ho no mo no. So mu nyina to aba wo ho dia. Not just one to Obama. Those people, they should do a very good assessment of the album and see. So, to Abana say, Omunina to Abao. Na yefan say, nya a baby say, oh, Nenso Nipa 5. I say, Omuya delegates, no Mudiaka. Anya Ukrano Ghana ha, baby, I say, Unya vote 5. And I'm say, oh, delegate 5, oh, polling station, oh. Unless it's a delegate on the day of the election, ye ma omo adwuma so mo polling agents e o be bi nti omo anto aba no polling station ho anti omo ye special voting. Say any special voting. Say any special voting bi na omo ye e na enu nti omo ntumi anto aba o polling station ho a you are expected to have a minimum of 5 votes. Enti say to aba ni we na ye kan aba no na say impo abani bia say or bia make say delegate dey say na still you are getting less than 5 wa sir delegates no polling station they have questions to answer and the party should ask them questions, possibly if they should even change them in the worst scenario. because it means he say omankasa no party no ankasa bia omanyo enye se omanyo madwuma ye keke omankasa kre bia omo be bi foforo ebetumi aba say ebia MP na ne ho ye omahi ba MP na ne ho ye omahi a it should reflect in the MP's vote say bia Dr. Baumia de onya 5 na MP ne de ne na ebi kodi ba bia all those things muhu a you may not have to sack them but e will say kasabem na omo hyehyɛ saa nwoma ne nyinaa yie eti ye kase unity talks a e saa nwoma nketenkete no na sɛ woyɛ ne yie a wonwie no na ekuo na ka abom ba wo de yɛ ano sɛ ekugina ba bi ne yɛ di nkɔmɔ de a aseɛ hɔ no ebi a na saa ansɛm no wɔ hɔ mfimfini hɔ na ebi wɔ hɔ ansa na ɛsoro hɔ ebi wɔ hɔ ti ɛsoro hɔ deɛ no deɛ ebetumi ayɛ kasa na mmom wotie nkɔmɔ a media a your actions at the polling stations at the constituency level and those levels would also contribute to the whole act say wo pe ekuo ni nyina say meye baako eti ubisa me amekasa na etintin de mo na nchiremu na ese me ma background kakra na me di nchiremu ne ba
any Dr. Daniel Usu ansa na kasa we lecturer wo history and political science studies KNUST na no pay waje bre my Better TV and radio so a you know edin komo afa MPP for omo abatom call na no memenda no ehwo no na doc wo se sanya Baumia se we ne elections no ebetumi aye easy ama no se ba nka bomu so obetumi atwe omo aban no ho eno ye easy but ye hwe de atitafo no se akasefo no enan ni num ni do betu aka bomu na atitafo no hona na problem na nkasa ewo ensem o ebinim use ye etia omo ho no o jitu mu se enkofo betimi e de acheche omo ho because some were so personal
ye mu de ya na ye form kakra betimi aka tell say ebinim enya nu ho within the constituency. You see, another thing that is going on is that and now say ye to about we answer na ye call executives ne there no delegates ne ni aka no as I speak to you now ye hwehwemu of form ne there ye nim we nyina party no nkofo no pia omo anka say ye ne pache wo form and I'm say binimu wo ha omo positions bi wo form ho it will say one can one more form honum na ojina baby ojina no a the position no abon in fact a minimum po ha and am nsem bi omkeka into positions bi ananka brebi atwa mo mani wo mu kra no they can't contest again because they know they will lose.
Oh, okay.
Enunti na MPs nso ye de anya mai enti se wo MP na make say bi a unim say delegate we ono oto abama na emum one wan ko ba bi ba ko election se ba so imu a quickly na asa ofra omo kan omo bom because one kan no amomo eduru MP ni de no so a obenya ba bi fufuro de naba no akọ and because of that based on what I know a lot of the WhatsApp platforms are and it's one of the things I would say the party should do quickly and now say about to we na ba so nintino who say yeah na delegates were more platforms for every constituency but there were almost 90 new platforms Kennedy platform Baumia platform whatever platform now more they campaign here basically I think they should collapse all those platforms right now then constituency the enquire but me who say based on your men who back me no MPs no collapse those platforms no and they must do it immediately. So the beya entichemu or form honen twaso. Now the constituency will have one platform to work with from to begin with. And no edan chenya senior na make no. And nam say a binimu pe positions say omo start ya omo eye eno no ho adwuma.
Okay.
Enti upo you have to as I do hunko radi enim. And you will need the votes from the other side.
Okay. And internet and kabom anya de crowd from crowd.
And no na make say there are strategies that say omoye omunyome ya ni amen pese besi enu ntina me so bun collapse platform no because me hu one or two constituencies via sad ni AC And nam say yemfa said Dr. Baumia winning heavily of constituency be. And nam say or winning yinti no me way example keke. Obehunu say within that group no omati new WhatsApp group no. Oma start to check post a constituency ni mo no.
Oh.
But you also what must say.
Oh, okay.
Say youth organizer be say. When you do that, what it means is that all the people that will be elected are coming from the winning group. But you also what you say. Yes. You further divide the party. And until America say, a as a party for and these are the issues the general secretary must work with. All those mushroom platforms should be say almost deletious, almost easy, or almost minimum where they mean use, but they should stop being operational. But all those mushroom platforms.
And also, individual being creative such platforms,
but they can still. A party for say the bus groups are a group. Our campaign teams they should collapse them before to constituency elections near the and yes, the winning side, some more winning side, and they are together. So they would win all the positions in the constituencies. Well, yes, if you make it very difficult, say all the party no be sign perform or count boom in the constituencies. And Megidi say Niami can be a party in time phone anymore. Almost share one some and can immediately.
Wow. Doc, some I can I think say a idea was a party no a fan or some pebble pa that umutu and namon. Now, Doc, so this one going to 2024-2028 elections. So on my unity work na wie o maka bomo awie. Can you see sir enema betimi akoye e dey ama MPP Dr. Baumia betimi abua party na you power e dey ama omo?
Everything is possible in politics. Na opposition party win elections na just a governing party nso boa no. Because the governing party governing party in the suban and in the year and then in Shisha, it me boa about opposition party in Poanya campaign crown put me winning election money.
Okay.
And until what is happening with the government, their decisions right from now, every to me at the same peer. But let me give you a typical example. In the previous elections, two of the issues Kotia MPP. I think this government, the handling of it, Eberman situation will not be as it was. But cocoa farmers issues are about bunting. Cocoa farmers are now more expected to say, Omo cocoa and tumu banning into Moketwa. Nancy say crowd here and tumuno ama, name dada no crowd homogeno, ayediama mono. You find it difficult to convince them this time.
Oh, okay.
Ushe galamsey issues no. Na ya de bi abechire party ne kon echire government and so kon. And so be a person will use tiawa the propaganda ye ne den kra. And now once you are in government, what's the Ushe galamsey no eba form. In your attempt to do that, Obama Kofo being so omubuafu. And so you lose their votes automatically. Sa anyo many nyina ya de a sa wo aban mu a eye tai kutia wo hu ye hi e ma no kutia wo. There are a lot more that are and enyoma bi a ekokokoso a wo aban mu a nti se wa hwe ye party system no a party bia when election a okọ second term no a ewum se eye a omunya 8 years there. Okọ second term no a naba sote. Because the moment you come into power, one kasa one ye ne enyoma bi e ekoso no etimi ma especially so we bo share bi a wo share untimi ni su yi a etimi sha se e ma waba esote. Meaning I say wo share, for example, I have a big problem with the inflation analysis ye no o man yimu.
The under 4%.
Meaning say one items are ye dey inflation no a we say items, not a single one of them a manufactured item. Item are a fact you use electricity in produce. So we say indirect make direct production. No, say what items are almost a good basket, a check inflation one. We say the moment in suit Tony Adiano. Inflation no it me back for money. But I can tell you, the groceries make call to Nyoma Kakrebi just about 2 days ago. BBT say ideal make a price a bar form because now yati say in any $1 bar form. It has gone back beyond baby I know order than cry. A lot of the items are going at money and now electricity bills are costing, items manufactured, factory made items are going and I'm real cost and I'm going to say almost say at then inflation.
And
so yes, and you're my boy because at your man no inflation we are messing any amount. Ube say your money and your manufacture. It is a who increase electricity by 27%. All the manufactured goods, be cost. Sort you say. It is the electricity and cannot never for more. There's an aspect. What I'm trying to say is that there's an aspect of the economy, and what the new man was repair. And the issue of the banking issues near there, any decisions government is taking now, they be more expected. Say, be a license near there. No. All those things can go against you. It depends on the opposition how they use that information. If they use the information well and able to convince people that, say a catcher say we took the best decision, or mobile they couldn't change it. Say a catcher say Galam say no, we're taking the best decision. It's a similar method they are using. See a can say Coco say yeah, Tony say yeah, they cannot even get money for you. Yet if they're able to. And it's all about communication. If you're able to communicate well and then position themselves well, I thought that any person buying a can same here. Me GDA say because of Niamidi Kankai, I said the NDC for the first time you knew the possible candidate. You were in conformity with me who say we move back on the Oba, but you a clear leader. Say way no beba. Say previously, it has never happened with the NDC since '92. Yenye ni niaobano. Ebi ano monso no mo party no primaries no kikri kakra ene insem kakra sim. Ni nyina ba how you manage it no can be advantageous to the MPP as omo eyi omo nyoma yi a na se omo amma kikri ano so pi ewo especially executive elections ebeba so no mu a with a very firm and a good chairman at the helms of affairs, there is the possibility, and I'm sure by now, if you're a strategist, based on your saying, if you want to win presidential elections, make sure you are winning parliament. And as a result of that, by now they should be working closely, doing their research on possible candidates. Now, candidates on between Ejina are winning the seat for the MPP. If be able to get good candidates, no more shall say yeah, human temp, because a lot of the seats were just given away because of some issues are not AC within the constituencies. And it is almost many no constituency the likable personalities are now almost to me gaining back those seats in parliament, and that alone, winning parliament means that if there's ever going to be a runoff, you are good to go. Wow. And so that alone would be a very good thing for them to do. By now, if you're a party strategist, focus more on who becomes your parliamentary candidates. In the constituencies, especially while winning pain, where there's the possibility you can win back again.
Menen acting national chairman Kasai, Chairman Buti, and I know Kasai. Partner Elusui largely on nkophobia or more candidates be more fairly or more na constituency members not money new on but also or more pursue them down my own. ɛno nti na ɛma no ɛba saa no nti ɛno ka ho bi ɛna ɛma party no so be lose. So I think that almost take lessons from saa nneɛma wei nyinaa. So during your research, do you think and believe that and also affected the party fortunes in 2024 now?
Very well. Begidi ye pass sa no man ka ho. Na no so nti e na me kasa no, na me kasa no me ka bi kasa kwa. For example, the constituencies that Dr. Baumia could not win, if you push a Baumia face in that constituency as parliamentary candidates, one when you are now more.
And say,
near me patch say constituencies be or what. Say when you be a funny in a penasem. Na ekoba say constituency no mu no e bia your two primary see ni padodo na no delegates no omo wo candidate bi afa minim say what ma say na wo kofa candidate ano or the other side no ba ya na ahofama omo dey supporting no e wo form in your choice of candidate you have to take all those things into consideration. Near coso primary simuno, who take them into consideration, say, a final mark in Sikrum. Now, when you 600 votes for a particular candidate, now alcohol, then near be a 70 no, the side the phone muba or known as parliamentary candidates. Where, sir, you have set yourself up for failure. It is annual many, you have to take that into consideration. Say, any power bano. Divisions kakra a bar party nimu throughout elections, and I'm saying elections because any presidential and there will be another mushroom groups and also babe bring it up for the general secretary and only too strong there. General secretary, ne chairman, ne adiano. Until you take a candidate, you have to take all that into consideration and get a candidate a fabian kotaino. Say the bear. Say, let's support him, let's push him, so that you can win your seats back.
Doc, me that's it. Now, what I find starting here, you be doing come here, pa. My remember the next issue, no. So the next issue, no, yeah. Kotoka International Airport. She said the Transport Minister, Honorable Joseph Bukari Lepe. I don't know, a member of parliament for Saboba constituency or the bill according to parliament and said they have to rename Kotoka International Airport to its original name, say Accra International Airport. Now, no interview kakrebu about 2 minutes being person can person ki etio ho. Nanka ya bedin komo kakra bia fa honak majao. Tidon say minister interview na ready about my entie say osi e kan no. Emra media for no e no e kasa ye no. Transport Minister interview. Okay. Yeah, try to be interview, but but doc, you go straight. Okay, interview number, yes.
We have a lot of bills from the Ministry of Transport, and one of them is the renaming of the Kotoka International Airport to its original name. We will remember that in the period of the Second World War, around 1946, the British Royal Air Force used that place as an Air Force base to carry people to war and other activities. We expected to pass a lot of bills, and as government agenda, we have a lot of bills from the Ministry of Transport, and one of them is the renaming of the Kotoka International Airport to its original name. We will remember that in the period of the Second World War, around 1946, the British Royal Air Force used that place as an Air Force base to carry people to war and other activities. After that period, somewhere in 56, that facility was handed over to the civilian rule. That was the time Sergeant Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was at the helm of affairs. He retooled, he revamped, and redeveloped the the Air Force base into a civilian passenger airport. And as at that time, the name was Accra International Airport. And that name is of significance to us. We all here have accepted that Accra is our capital city, marketed, rich culture, and also locational identity. That everybody in this world, especially in the West Africa sub-region, knows that where this struggle for independence had a lot to do from Accra. And so renaming the airport to Accra International Airport is of significant importance to the Ghanaian people and, for that matter, the African personality. Now, the situation is like that we are not doing this with any political thinking. We are doing this to come from a very neutral point of view that Accra is our capital city. It is not anybody's name. If we want to name other monuments or any other national facilities to people, this is the time that we are looking at restructuring them. For the fact that we had a name and it was changed to honor somebody in his role in the 1966 coup, we feel that that history is not what the Ghanaian will want to hear. The fact that it had an original name, and that name was when the first president gave that name to the airport, we should do that, and Kwame Nkrumah himself in his grave will remember, even if the spirit is anywhere and it is coming home, it will get to his original Accra International Airport, no any other name. And so we are not doing this to cause any pain or any harm to anybody. We want to look at the geographical importance, and we want to look at other practices in the world. For instance, we have the Nairobi International Airport. We have the Addis Ababa International Airport. So renaming Accra International Airport is one of the glories we think that we will be doing to our forefathers who fought for independence for us and gave us these rich and respected names. We are not in any way rushing on this bill. It is going to go through all the process.
Right, so we Member of Parliament and the Minister for Transport, Joseph Bukari Nekpe. And I was just say, bills are Ministry of Transport, they call Parliament, you know. One of them, and say, Omobe Buana, Accra International Airport, Omo Kotoka International Airport, you know, Omari Nemuno, Adababe Accra International Airport, because, you know, and also Kwame Nkrumah, AC, you know, a day on the torso, Accra International Airport. Now, Doc, Honorable Joseph Bukari Nekpe, as more can say, Accra, Anna, na Nidina, that's so Accra International Airport, and on Bassano, into a brass shop, Sano, Idino, at the back Accra International Airport. Na Obia all cool, dear. What's out the yes, I now say, and sending good signal, especially in Cofona, Mulidi, cracks, I say, the rename of the rename in Ocrano, almost be a cool, dear. Nuka said it didn't about that monumental project be so as and send a good signal and my end as on mine. Doc Ned in Ebinia, Kotoka International Airport. Ya Kotoka no able to a beguye. Na only did and that better national assets say.
Minimum say. Na mami asem we ya na ne kan ye meden pa.
What dey kan?
Eba names ne enyoma say no a. Me gidi say the principle behind the debate about ho nyina no. Enye hwe say the principle behind it.
Okay.
Principle as an individual. Me pacho me be mo pa. Okay. As an individual, ye oman mu say na esi to din no. Say me kan kuo bi ho a say kuo no as an association of intellectuals ye research wo edin ho edin toto ho wo man yi mu say na Ghana post to edin free say ye to sabi o mu edin ekopem enipa din ene emiaye edin no ye nkofo a ye ho research pa na mitumi nkomo pii ene nemo nkakra me kan say me a megina ho die nka ha me say wo sesa edin bi So, because even the principles be a year, you see 2 years, from time to time, no, it makes a sanka kramima or typical example. Ubehuni say, Titino, Ubehuni say a flow be peace. And I say, DB at this Ubu and Dini Crano, and your one way that I say phrase Bisano. Ubu say, yet Tissan Semnoa, I say almost Ribota region. But you say, Unim Sabi and a pa. Bohu peace name has those names, no, na a Ribota region. Ubejia tum say, Nansen. Ashanti region 4, and I can 4 years at the NSC voter region 4. Now, difference a woman say voter region 4 na ya, omutai omudi eno brofum. But so ba as can mem say Albinia a dimbi to say inshira name dear. You know, those names are now popping up a lot. Meaning so who is abi no. Nana brofo angafo and I union man for yen and we be say I can 4 year omudi any day. Omo ya omudi can kasem. Edia yede to de eya na wo so p in eya na history so behind them. But the principle is this. Say unim yenua Sankara free Burkina Faso. So nim say ye wo enwoma ye de Sankara edin atoso wo man mu de.
Yes.
Ono oyesoja ni on san kran so nye oman yi mpoba. Onye Ghana ni, but ye was Sankara din aye de ato enwoma so wo man yi mu. Yenua Gaddafi oyesoja ni, but uko a lot of African countries are edin no omo de atoto nyoma pi so. Uko Gaddafi bridge udru Mali Abamako obi wo ho. There were a lot of such names all over the world. In fact, ohwe naming of Africa ye nyoma kra no a nipa bebre kase yense bi. The lake crack a sea pair of Africa, I have run Lake Victoria. Or Africa has been say Victoria in maybe free. So, enti edin no de edin no ukase udi e chire dia obesesa pi. But the principle no ana meka ho asem ni. Kwame Nkrumah nyoma a oye ni edin ode to so no. Emu say na ya sesa no. See ekase yesesa dia and you would want to change all. But as a matter of fact, me personally, me yobia nakotuka dia eda ye airport no so no na me ni nye ho. As a person. But the way government is going around it now, no, Emma is skeptical based on their own principles. Any edin bi ananse o masese sanu university din ni ade o masese sanu no. Emma no esan ye Emma the principles behind it. The inti on person must say because I met interview Kakra. The argument is that he's a military leader.
Yes.
If that alone is the reason why, and then military leaders are sabi you onye Ghana ni kura ni din da abiyeso Ghana has Sankara. Your military leaders are mudin the Daniel Maso. Rollins did the Daniel Maso. He wasn't initially he was not or by as a military leader. So, but I think that make any problem with the name change. But politically, if they don't handle it well, the angles that are coming in, politics, ethnicity, any new maybe SEC one cry, one pain, the kind of Nijan issue at Grass Sports Stadium, and the SEC paying in So we'll touch it on issue like that for the sake of national unity. Adebi owa, yes say adebi owa, nyoma bibiri owa. Wa anye careful. Ebi anka waduna wode ene de anka adwene pa. But now you create problems. We have all been invited to discuss this. Ebi emra anka edebe discuss issues about development, they discuss we. Normally in politics, there are questions me no obisa on say ade amekwa akoyi. Me ya ade na de be ba na se ma anye nso ade na besi. Se wa anye na hwinsi a sometimes it is better you leave it. And as we na say emfa de fufuru bia ma benefit bia ma sometimes it's better you leave it. I think that me as a person and American as an individual say also to kadini free one because of Ghana's pan-Africanist kind of position in the world. nkofo to me back Ghana because of improvement, the gateway to Africa, baby, almost ba almost for free in there. Na asakwa say you two nkruma na ne din da so no de ya na kwa bibi ho but no kwasem nso e wo mu ne say in our attempt to do this we are rather spreading the name Kutuka. See, we are rather the whole week 2 weeks we are all talking about Kutuka, and this name change is going to be part of our history. I know so babaya asem na ho. See, adebo ho se wan ko kanu mumu kra ya na nke bia but I think that their own principles that Oma set for themselves as a government, and no, and Akoma are same way cano, Akwe Bibio, Nankenya, no Sadia. Personally, I have no problem with the name change.
Oh, okay. So there's no problem, so now, Omom Koya I said, anytime NDC power biano, Bibia war NDC as Accra. I'm a person biano and this time Barbara Sports Stadium. And I see as I'm back. And
only the principle and the culture that they are beginning to build and only where my problem is. So a my problem ni freeba. So why you careful? I be here a dean season, and it keeps going on. Quite a number of things there. Yes, sir. The discussions around it, ethnic issues, between religious issues, so you've been so so there are things that sometimes and especially with the history behind name changes abba and I think the government of the day should be careful about them, because the more you change, these are some of the things that affect you, even your electoral outcomes. And yet, say a bit to me, who said, decisions be or who take care, if you are any pabe numbi, I know mude, no one sign take care another one, and also nipen numanyo mude, then you are building a force against yourself. So, and you many be or say, na se emwa na wetrasuntem me share the spirit of the nation in and saying ethnicity nsem bi ne enyoma ekoso social media no a won san fa we me social man me ye we wesen no around this time, and I think the timing is wrong. Especially around the time that there are a lot of ethnic religious issues and then enyoma ekoso social media ne ade no although the intention, Makasa me personally, also is an issue, but I have issue with the timing. You may be a coso or me.
Doc.
I mean,
and a pie idea, you better say, I mean, shall say, or Jay Brandy, Casa, them say, appropriate time, you best Iris Cadona. You're now on Zoom, via Zoom, not your D, come here. And Bethel TV and radio, UK. Can we be sharing me now?
Oh, Mitchell, I am so way near a Brady Kaya. I mean, you were here for a din commonty, Mitchell will be a premono. Mijiri said, your best answer, many view, but there will be a say.
So that was I mean, Dr. Daniel Uso answer, lecturer, History and Political Science Studies, KNUST, and a pie, AD and more better. So, Nana Mekayo said, better photography and videography studios. Now, Yakayo, so all your weddings, all your corporate events, social events, fashion shows, commercials, engagement, maternity suits, Christian graduation, funerals, and the Keka Hombia Noa, no to Safre, the baby infoni papa mount, video papa mount, Bibia or Sefatabia, the bay at the amount, near chow, infonia the tour of my football, and cider.
Every moment tells a story. At Bethel Photography and Videography Studios, we capture moments that last forever. From weddings to corporate events, fashion shows to family milestones, we bring your vision to life. With professional equipment,
07548342670 07548342670 etu betimi afrɛ na ubuke hu nsɛm bia no so no ye no so atimi aka tantama sɛ na be ya wonye late so ɛwɔ hɔ na suku a aba ɛwɔ ha no mo Bramos no na mekan for dem on Atalia Nursery na school yi de aba ya nkra no eto mo asuadeɛ nyanimudeɛ papa ya no bɛboa wo na aboa nkra nso so daache enti na mekai wo sɛ enye school a okɔ aba na asakofa part time teacher ade ama wakola no ofie bio e patcho dabi enti wo ba e bɛkyerɛ language and literacy ya creative arts and crafts, outdoor play, cognitive development, basic math, and expressive art and design. Na ya cultural say part-time care so ewo ho. Enroll now. Na bibia enkoso ye. Our services are after breakfast and after school club, half day care, holiday care, age no between 1 and 16. School run services, drop off and pick up. Nina ye be ewo ho no mo. Enti Atalia Nursery and American for the amount. Friend mpanimfoɔ no ɛwɔ 07958017732 07958017732 friend Atalia Nursery na onkra no school no sensem bia no ye no eni nkomo de wonti ase bia no frɛ school fo mpanimfo ya mo mbanya dagye na ɔmo nso atimi ahyɛ sɛ ye de ye wadagye ye wɔ mrɛ ɛde ma obi biara kankan ne nkra na ɔde begya ye no papa. Livingston Healthcare, passion for quality and dignified care. That's our motto.
At Livingston Healthcare, we believe everyone deserves to live with dignity, comfort, and respect. We provide compassionate, high-quality care that supports independence and well-being at home. We offer a wide range of tailored care services, including live-in care, 24-hour support in the comfort of your home, personal care, daily assistance with respect and dignity, reablement care, helping you regain independence, dementia support, specialist patient-centered care.
What chia in your son for so and for so elbro ya will crowd between this can be crown so I can say services no yeah apps come pa obetumi afra empenim for no e wa homatu first so 0775 321 3683 0775 321 3683 Fred Livingston Healthcare, yes, a passion for quality and dignified care. Omo and a soyasne a mede tumadi a brewo tumadi your friend hot issues. The hot to me can just say every Saturday and at your tenase na your share your tenase from Monday to Friday. It's just a burning na no pem ya sem a strong 2 or 3. Then your panel members and your tenase sinkunya. If you on phone via Zoom, via studio. This is the first time edition. The first edition now. You did a bro. Na emrepom no communicate well. Adi ama yetie for na hefo nyina na emfa na asia sonko emfa ma adwuma for mpanim for Mrs Mercy Dombo and Mr Richard Ajare na omo abua management de ebro your producers what in Bible will be also no you can yourself also your that's the producers don no nyina bedin de kwa pesa sarabedi akon ya de besia na me adomo that's the next edition of the hot issue. Bro, more better media, TV and radio, all social media platforms. You will call Facebook, you will call Instagram, you will TikTok, you will X and so YouTube, you will share. Dan there be also. You know, every day in kita home. Don't do what I wouldn't do. Stay blessed. Have a good morning, good afternoon. Akram.
I dey grind for my king, my own. Like the air, I dey feel am for everywhere I dey. My own. See the money, baby, come chop am for me. Oh, ne sunne sisi kitty kitty. Or camera footy clean, I know you're rissy. Nisi mujire smile, siri.